just end up fighting. Try making up, but there's just no denying. Just ain't the same no more. What are we putting ourselves to war this fall? You talking, hear me,
but you can't communicate, cause you're not listening.
No, these are two different things. Now I see what it thinks to have been blinded by the one you love so deeply. Cause the very things that make me love you
all the things pushing me away now. Cause if you send me with nothing left to say, all I could do for you, I should have done before now. And here is nothing left to say.
You touch my heart and we're so giving, spirit so free. You drew me in and I feel so deep. I cannot see my life without you with me. Girl, you gave me a lot of attention, somehow the tables turned into crazy obsession. It was always there, but I didn't look deeper. If I would've honestly.
Good morning, Roxy. Welcome in. Good morning, everybody.
Talking, hear me, but
You can't communicate, but you're not listening.
no, these are two different things. Now I see what it means to have been blinded by the one you are so deep in. I had my pride, girl,
And you had your pain, so deep inside you wanted to have your fame.
Irritated, frustrated, and hurt, baby. This is so confusing, girl. I thought this was the real thing for sure. The very thing that makes me love you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Nothing left to say. All I could do for you, I should have done before now. You just send me right now. Nothing left to say.
If I have a word to try and encourage us to find way,
There's nothing left to say. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Welcome in. Baby, there is nothing left to say. Kind of like that song. I don't know why. It's just something about Mint Condition. If y'all don't know who that is, that was Mint Condition. That was one of my joints. Anyway, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for joining. Trying to wait for my brothers to pull up, wherever they are. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for showing some love this morning to your boy. I truly appreciate you. Oh, somebody's showing out this morning. I'm not even mad at you. Anyway, I got another banger. Just trying to get myself together real quick. I apologize. All right. Yeah, everybody's sleeping right now. I don't know what's going on. See, these dudes be... I guess I'm going to have to do this by myself if they don't pull up. You know me. I could host a party. But I'm gonna give them some time, see what's going on. But anyway, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's in good spirits this morning. For those that I may not have seen, hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. I don't gotta do. I mean, they know what time it is. I don't have to do roll calls. They know what it is. So I don't know what my brothers are, but you know what? One monkey don't stop the show. They just going to pull up when they pull up. Welcome in from wherever you coming from. Thank y'all for joining. Tap the screen, share the live out. Up, see? I ain't even got to call them. Like, ew. That's my call right now. Ew, let's get it.
You?
What up, though?
What up, though?
How you feeling this morning?
Feeling good, brother. Let's see another one, man. How you feeling?
You know me. You see the face, boy. I'm bright-eyed. I'm in the mood for this one this morning. I don't know what the other goons are, but you know what? Listen, we just gonna have to ride and let the other horsemen pull up when they pull up. Because you know, time is of the essence, and I don't like to waste no time. So this morning's question, my brother. You know what? We just gonna do it. Because I was trying to wait, but I don't know what happened. So we got it, and then they could just pull in when they pull in. So today's question, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are here, is being a wife learned from him or built before him? So this is a question that is for both parties. Either you're married or you're about to be married, but that is the question. Is being a wife learned from him or built before him? What is your thoughts, my brother?
Definitely built before him. I ain't gonna be long-winded. If you think about that movie, The Matrix, I always go back to that movie, either that or the Bible scripture. When she kissed him, that's when he became the one. It wasn't until she kissed him. She had to already be who she was. She had to be who she was to unlock certain things within him. And it says in the word, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and favor the Lord. A lot of the favor and the blessings that we receive come from when we finally connect with our wife, and our wife already being the wife, being who she's supposed to be. So when she is who she is, and we connect and we finally meet, that's when a lot of things start to come down and kind of come into play. Got to be there at first. Got to be there.
I like that, brother. You know what? And I respect that. But you know me, I'm gonna say it has to be learned because you can't. Because my thing is this: how can you already be a wife to a man that you don't know? So who are you truly a wife to? You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to be a wife to that man. So that is something that you learn from him. You can't just walk into a marriage and expect that you already know who this man is. That man has to teach you you have to learn that man. So it's almost like being taught how to be his wife. The same way we have to be taught how to be her husband. Because I could easily say I'm husband material, or she's a wife material. But at the same time, how can you be something that you would never was to somebody else? That's just my thoughts.
That's true. Now that, and then when you dig deeper to it, I can understand what you're saying with that, because it's a baseline. There's a foundation there, but the nuances, the more personal aspects of it, the things that are real specific to you, that you have to learn each other, and she has to learn you, and actually be like, we have to learn her as well. But I think just the baseline alone, it can be there, because I said this before, I know God didn't release my wife because I wasn't ready. I've told other people this, like, it was things that I had to work on, things that I had to do, and that's the reason why I didn't have her yet. She probably was already ready and already was a wife, but the same way that she's his daughter, his son, and it's like he's not going to allow me to damage her and vice versa. So I agree with what you're saying with that too, though. You're right. We got to learn each other as well, but I think the baseline got to at least be there. She got to be working towards it.
Right. And the thing is this: when I hear women say built before him, you know my mindset. What's up, Joseph? You can't, because if you was built to be a wife, right? Now, I don't care. I'm gonna poke the bear. If you was built to be a wife, then how come you're not married? That's my question. If you was built to be a wife, then why you not married? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're gonna say, "Oh, I'm built to be a wife," but guess what? That learned behavior that you, because who built you? How was you structured to be a wife? Real talk. I mean, I'm trying to figure that part out. How are these women structured to become wives? If you was never married, or you're not even married.
Yeah, a lot of people that say it, they just saying it. They're not quite there yet. I mean, it's one thing. So, like, you know how I think I said it in one of your lives before. A lot of people are measuring that metric on their own. They saying to themselves, "I'm a good woman. I'm a good man." Like, well, what are you basing that off of? Because anyone can just look in the mirror and say, "I'm this." Anybody can do that.
Right. But you know, it kills me when I hear women say that they choose not to. You don't choose not to. The man just doesn't choose you to be his wife. See, it's funny how people want to make it seem as if it's their choice. That man does not. He didn't. No man has chosen you to be his wife. So it's not like you choose not to be. You just was not chosen to be.
Yeah, because we know, bro. We all know. We gotta be honest with this. And ladies, a lot of ladies don't want to just admit it. If the man that you really wanted, truly desired, wanted you, and this is not for everyone. The ones that really want to be single, we know that's a real thing. But the ones that don't want to be single, if that man truly wanted you, you're not gonna just turn that man down. And I'm talking about the man that you truly desire, not a messed up man, not a man that's not on his square, not a man that's not handling business. Man that's standing on business, that's got his ducks in a row, that is the man you desire. He wanted you, and you actually wanted him. And you know, there's something within you that you ain't tapped into.
Listen, the thing is this: as a man, right? We, like you said, we choose. He who finds a wife. So we have to find a wife, which means find a woman that knows how to be a wife, not just go find some random woman to be his wife. Know how to be his wife, which means you have to know me. And when we say, and see, when people read that scripture, they don't understand what it means. Is that's the whole part of courting, to make sure that this is the right woman for you, because she has to learn me. She has to learn certain things about me. She has to learn my ways, this, that, and vice versa. I'm not saying I'm not saying that, it's just one-sided. It is a two-sided thing, but he has to find the right woman to be his wife, just like she has to be the right woman for that man. It's not like I have to be the right man for her. She has to be. No, I'm finding the right person for me. That's why I say he who finds a wife. So she has to be the right woman in order for me to marry her.
I agree 100%. And but and I'll add to that. The caveat to that is it's so much more than just. It's a lot more than just the surface stuff, or just the tangible things. Of course, like is she take care of herself? Does she take care of herself? Does she got wisdom, understanding, things like that? Because if she can't trust your leadership, if she can't be a person that can want to build with you, can want to sacrifice and be selfless, it's not going to work. Like if you think about Lot's wife, when she got the word to not look back, she decided to look back and she turned into a pillar of salt. So in that sense, I only bring that example up because a wife has to be able to. We have to be able to be on one accord. If we can't be on the same page, it's never gonna work. It's never gonna work.
You know what though? I like that, right? I love that part. But a lot of times, you and the woman that you're with, even your wife, you're not going to be on the same page all the time. Now, you can be, y'all can be in certain chapters together in that book of life, but at the end of the day, there are certain chapters that you and her are not going to be on the same page, and that's a part of life, and that's a part of growing in a marriage or in a relation, especially in a relationship and in a marriage. We not going to, because if you find the perfect, I mean, the person that you find is always a perfect person for you, hands down. But at the same token, if 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 I find a woman And there's certain things that me and her just not going to see eye to eye on, and that's okay. In a relationship, in a marriage, you're not supposed to see eye to eye on everything. And some people have this concept, well, I got to make sure that she see everything I see, and I got to make sure I see everything you see. No, because you are still an individual, even though you're married, but you're still an individual. You're still a person eye to eye on, and it's okay with that. But that does not mean that we're not equally yoked. And people don't understand what the equally yoked means. Think, oh, we're supposed to get along. We're supposed to have this in common, this in common. You can have some things in common with a person being equally yoked. But people need to stop saying it if they truly don't know what equally yoked means. They just say, well, we're supposed to be equally yoked. And then when you ask them, so what does that mean?
No, you're right. You're right. I would never want my wife to lose herself being with me and vice versa. We are supposed to become one and cleave to each other, but I think you have to, like you said, you have to complement each other. I don't want her to just become me or vice versa. That would be detrimental, because then there's certain perspectives that she would have that she needs to help me out and vice versa that we're not gaining. But I will say that in the long run, that the major things we need to be on the same page. Like Job, perfect example, bro. In Job's situation, when he lost everything, there was a point where, and correct me if I'm wrong, his wife was like, well, you must have done something. Like, so one of the things I look for is a woman that can, I hate to say it, but we just want to say a woman that can suffer well. And I say that only because if you cannot overcome hurdles, if you cannot go through tribulations and trials, then it's not going to work, because it's going to be ups and downs. It's never going to just be a beautiful, a clean slate, a smooth journey. It's going to be peaks and valleys. So if you can't get through the valleys, then it's never going to last. As soon as hard times come, you're going to crumble.
Right. So I want to go back to something that Rain Love said. She said, why do you have to find a God? Why do you have to find and God can't just align you? Well, here's the thing. Because some people don't want to follow God's plan. That's number one. They want to go and find the person that they think that they want to find for themselves, instead of following God's plan. And then when you don't follow God's plan and you realize how many times your behind got divorced or this, that, and the third, and wonder why the marriage ain't working out, because you don't have a God-fearing man. You don't have a praying man in your life. You don't have a man that's praying over you, praying over that marriage, praying over himself, and praying over that family. So that's the reason why some of these marriages fail, to be honest. Because if he's supposed to be the leader, he's supposed to be the head, that man is supposed to be able to bless. He's supposed to be able to pray, to be the best man for that wife, to be the best man for that woman, to be the man that he's supposed to be in that marriage, to make sure that, Lord, where I fell, I need you to pick me up, so I can do what I need to do for this woman. This man needs to pray over that woman morning, afternoon, and night. Bottom line, if this man is not praying over his family, for his family, then guess what? All things is going to fail. It's going to fall apart. It's going to collapse, because he's trying to do it on his own. But did we not say that God is supposed to be, is God, man, then family? So how can it be man, family, then God? When you put him last, he shall put you last.
That's a fact, Brian. That's a fact. And I think a lot of women don't understand how important their role is, because again, I want anyone, you only got to look up the whole movie. Just watch the last clip of The Matrix. Watch the very end of it. The moment she kissed him, that was when he became the one. And there are certain people, God's paths, they call them eunuchs, where they were meant to be alone. And that's cool. If that's your journey and you don't feel that God made somebody for you, even though he said he didn't make man to be alone, some people he did design to have their own journey and just walk that path alone, and that's fine. But if you don't feel that way, if you feel God made someone for you, you have to understand that there's certain things that will be unlocked once you all connect, once you all become one and join together. And that's what happened in that movie. When she kissed him, that's when he woke up. That's when he stopped the bullets. That's when he stopped the pew-pew, and that's when he became the one. There was things within him that she unlocked. Like, favor comes from our wife. A lot of our blessings, God rains on us so we can take care of you and take care of the children.
So I want to answer this other question. She said, what if you're not spiritual? How can you move correctly? There is no moving correctly. See, one thing you got to understand, the devil take care of his own. So, and I'm being real, the devil takes care of his own. So it's obviously, if you're not spiritual and you're not, and you think that your marriage is moving correctly, it's not. There will be dysfunction. There will be dysfunction in that marriage. However, you may not see it, but that marriage will be dysfunctional. That woman will still walk in an independence. That man will still walk in an independence. They will think that what they're doing is correct and what they're doing is out of line. Just because they're not focusing on their spiritual, they're just strictly focusing on the riches of the world. And come on, brother.
Amen. Nah. Keep going. You was cooking, bro. Keep going.
And the thing that they don't understand is this. I'm getting blessed. I'm getting blessed. No, you're not getting blessed. You think that because you're getting all this worldly stuff that it's a blessing, and you're going to walk around in your marriage, and here's the funny part. You think about it like this. That woman puts that man in so much turmoil for the simple fact that they're always arguing. They're going at each other's neck. Do the math. They're going at each other's necks. There's no makeup. And the only way they want to do makeup is doing makeup sex. That's not making up. That's just something to do for the time being. It's a feeling that you do for the time being. They're always arguing. They're what else? Their main focus is money. What else? It's so many things. She goes out with her girlfriends. She have all these girl trips. She's still dressing provocative for the world. She doesn't even know how to represent her man. He doesn't know how to represent her. He's hanging out with his boys, still trying to bag chicks. There's secrets that they're not sharing. Need I say more?
Right. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I'll say this. I don't know if you've seen that movie, God's Not Unalive, where the woman, his mother says to him in the end, sometimes the devil will give you a life without trouble so you never see God. And again, we're not trying to force God on anybody. If that's your walk without God, that's your business. But if you look at the current climate of the nation, of today, of the world, it's clear that's the one thing that's missing. That's the main thing that's missing in a lot of people's lives. And again, you can make whatever choice you want to make. But for those of us that have experienced certain things and seen his miracles and seen him work in our lives, you're not going to talk me out of it. You're not going to tell me no different. Again, this is not me forcing. We've seen the difference. And so at the end of the day, sometimes, I've said this on one of my posts a long time ago, the devil knows who to leave alone, and he knows who he has to go after. He knows if I leave this person alone, they're never going to look for God. I'm going to let them have the life they want. Let them get the money they want. Let them get the woman that they want, et cetera, et cetera. Because if I get in their way, then they might start to look for something else, something like for answers. Like, why does this keep going wrong? Why does this keep happening? But if I leave them, but some people, he already knows they're going to look for God. The seeds have already been sown in them from their elders or from their family, the upbringing. So I got to go after him. I got to get on her because they already, something within them wants to seek him. But that's life. That's what it is. That's what it is. Whether y'all want to accept it or not. If you look around, you cannot tell me this world is not in complete chaos, and most of this world does not believe in God.
Let me tell you something. You know, when we talk about certain marriages, right? I want people to understand this. I mean, we're not kids. We're not in high school. So there's certain things I shouldn't have to tell people. Like, I'm not speaking on all marriages. I'm just talking about. I mean, you know. So here's the funny thing. When we say stuff and people start getting their feelings and talking about, oh, well, you're not speaking about this. Maybe I am talking about your marriage. Maybe I'm not. But at the same token, if you just sit back and listen and just listen, we're not talking about everyone's marriage. What you do in your marriage is what you do. I'm happy for you. If you and your husband never argued in 20 years, that's good for y'all. But here's the thing. See, when I hear stuff like that, my thing is this. How much conversation do you guys have? Do you really guys spend a lot of time together? And of course, people can sit there and perpetrate a fraud on the internet and be like, yeah, we do all this, we do all that. But really? Because, listen. Disagreements happens in marriages. Bottom line. Disagreements, even sometimes you may argue a little bit. What you may not think is an argument is an argument. Certain things happen. Well, I'm not around you, so I wouldn't know. But anyway, moving forward.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. I mean, like you said, I just believe that, like they say, it's like law of attraction, certain things like that. When you work on yourself, when a woman works on herself, she becomes the best version of herself. Because you're not going to be perfect. None of us will be perfect. That's just reality. But when you are at least in the progress and the process of working on those things to become the kind of woman that a man will want to spend the rest of his days with, will want to provide and protect for, then that is going to set you apart already, because it's already not a lot of people like, and vice versa. It's not a lot of men that are, and so the man has to work on himself as well to find that woman. But like you always say, you just being out and about and being on the scene is not going to get you seen. It's not because you're not. It's not within you. It's not within you. It's something within you. When you tap into that it puts a different light to you, a different aura to you, and it unlocks that in a different realm for God, for y'all paths to intertwine.
Right.
It's just cool.
But here's the thing. When it comes to us men, right? If we're teaching the women how to be a wife or be a wife to us, we have to teach them I mean, I ain't gonna say teach them, but we have to show them. We have to let them know, like, look, this is because some men don't really come with the expectations of this is what I want from you. And sometimes I think it's okay to tell a woman, like, look, this is what I'm looking for in a wife. This is the type of wife that I'm just, and I mean, you do this once you're courting, not in the beginning of a date. Like when you're dating somebody, but when you're courting her, you have to let her know too, like, listen, this is the type of woman that I'm looking for. But I say this, a lot of times men need to go to the Father and pray, like, Lord, this is not the type of woman I want. I need the woman that you have for me. That's how that woman gets aligned with you. See, a lot of brothers don't understand that part. When you tell them the woman that you need, not the one that you want, that's how he aligns that perfect woman for you. And I say the perfect woman for you, because when you are married, when you are married and you align yourself with God first, heck yeah, he's going to give you the perfect person. The perfect person, the person that, because he knows your failures. So when you fail, he's going to give you that person that's going that woman that can correct you. And when I mean correct you, which means she's going to guide you, help you, make sure that you stay on course. See, a lot of brothers don't understand that, and they don't know how to take that criticism from that woman when she's telling you this, that, and the third, because she sees what you don't see. And it's your job to also correct her when she's wrong, with certain things that she don't know. So that's perfect alignment. That right there is called being in line. That's called equally yoked. You see what I'm saying? Because you think about an egg. What does it have? It has two parts, right? You got the white part, what people use, the egg whites, and the yellow. So without one, you can't have the other. So that equally yoked, that's where it comes from. She has to be able, she is your foundation. You are that house. Because a house without a foundation is what, my brother?
It's not a home.
Come on.
It's not a home. That's well said, brother. That was well said right there. I agree with everything you just said, man. It's crazy because, like you said, we learn them as well. Like, I don't think a lot of women realize that. Like, they don't like the word submission. And I think I said it before. We all submit to something. Everyone submits to something. You might get a man that just submits to money, but a man that submits to God, God is going to refine that man and help cultivate that man as he's doing the same thing for you. It's a hierarchy, but it's a balance. It's not as if we don't answer to nothing and we're not thinking about y'all. Like, we have to love y'all like Christ loves the church. So I got to be ready to lay my life down. I got to be ready to lay my life down. So at the end of the day, of course, I'm going to be thinking about what matters to you. I'm going to be thinking about things, considering things that would help you and make you want to and make you feel fulfilled in this. So it's not so much that just do what I say and I'm the boss here and let's not call the final shot. No, it ain't like that. But at the end of the day, if I got to be the one to take the pew and I got to be the one that God's going to pull to the side, then the major decisions, I think I should get the final say, but I'm still going to consider your insight. I'm still going to sit and talk to you. I'm still going to seek your counsel. We still going to sit and eat at the table about this because this affects both of us.
Yes, it's a thing of that was heavy, brother. That was heavy. I think with us as men, we have to sometimes even learn how to yield. We have to learn. I know we want to be leaders and we want to call ourselves leaders, but leaders yield too as well. And a lot of time we think that we know it all and we think that we can do it all because I'm a man, But at the end of the day, we have to be able to let go of certain things. And when I say let go, is our egos and pride will get us in trouble. Our egos and destroy us, even in our marriage, because there's certain times where that we know that we shouldn't be doing certain things, or we should be going certain places, or we should, but we still be like, nope, I got this, I could do this, even though we're not even fit to do it. We don't even have the capability or the power to do it, but yet we still want to run out and do it because it's that pride and that ego. That's what be destroying us sometimes, even in our marriages.
You're right. I can definitely atone to that. I don't think that's ever happened to me, but I've seen it. Everyone's got their struggles, and I think a lot of men that they've lost. They might not admit it. They've lost a good one because of pride, because of not wanting to take accountability or just to listen, just to stop and listen. So that's a major thing, because, like you said, women were made for each other, were made to help each other. So if I can't receive the help, then I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna end up destroying something that God sent to help build me up and me build her up and build something for our legacy. So got to be able to listen to the woman that's there for us in our corner.
Yeah, but I want to say this though. I talk about men and women on my live. I don't want people just thinking I'm one-sided. I always start with the men, and then I jump on y'all women, because y'all be sitting there talking about, oh, he's so right. And then when I get y'all be like, that ain't right. So gotta take it both ways. But anyway, I think when it comes to men, when it comes to us men, we have to learn how to do better. We have to learn how to also to submit to our women. And a lot of us don't want to submit. We think it's submission, but it's not. And the sad part, a lot of men don't even know how to truly submit to their women. They truly don't. They it is so easy to yield, to be able to get it, to walk in your masculine, instead of trying to walk in this alpha state where, I got this, babe. You're supposed to listen to me. I'm the man. But when you say you're the man, but you're not acting like the man, so does that make you the man?
You just cook there. Keep cooking, bro. Keep cooking.
Because I'm just saying, we always turn around and say that we something that we not. Because how can we say I am? How can I sit there and say I'm the man, but it's only the only person that you are impressing is yourself, because the only person that you are speaking life to at that point is yourself. You're not speaking life into that woman. You're not giving her. You ain't even giving her no. How can I put this? Not satisfaction. You're not even giving her no. Dad, help me out here. It's a word. It's right here. It's on the back of the head. I can't get it out. You ain't giving her no confirmation that you are the man just because you're saying it. Basically, there's a lot of men that will always tell these women, "I'm the man. This is what I do." First of all, we got to stop telling women what we do and show them how we do it.
I agree wholeheartedly. So what Ray said in the comments, he said, "Why do men have these big egos?" This is just an opinion. I think some of it's kind of necessary. The only reason I say that is, look at it from this aspect, where before all the civilization, everything was built, men back then had to be ready to face certain dangers in the world. So I think having some of an ego gets you ready for that war, because let's just imagine everything went to anarchy. You got to kind of feel yourself a little bit to be like, yo, I wish somebody would try me, because I'm gonna knock their head off. Is that simple? So that's just something but it's about balancing it. I remember Jordan Peterson said this: a man should be dangerous, but know how to control it. I don't think any woman in this world wants a man that cannot inflict some kind of danger, is not ready for danger, because then you're not protected. You're not protected. You don't want a man that doesn't, in his mind, he doesn't already have his mind ready. So they try whatever they want, because I'm here. I'm strapped. I'm ready for whatever time they on. Because then how's this man going to protect you and the children? That's the world we live in. Let's just be real about it.
And you know what the thing I want to say is, a lot of men's ego starts from their pants. If you know what I'm saying? A lot of these brothers' egos starts from down there. It doesn't start from here. It starts from down there.
Sad but true. Sad but true, bro.
Which is one of the worst things, because they think that because I'm working with this, ain't no woman not gonna want me because I know how to use this doggone thing.
And it's sad. It's sad because it keeps them from really tapping into all the other aspects of what's meant to be a man, because they think that's enough.
Exactly, and that's all they think it is to be a man, is that. What up, though?
What up, brothers? My bad, little brother. What up?
Nah, we hear you in the building. Welcome in. What up, though?
What were you talking about?
You know, oh, so now y'all want to come late to the party. Let me catch my brothers up. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining the Four Horsemen this morning. I got my brothers with me. We are in the building. So, is being a wife learned from him or built before him? Why you give me that look, bro? Don't do that. You gonna say something? He's going. Ooh, baby, let's get it.
You said it's being a wife. Say that again.
Is being a wife. Is being a wife learned from him or built before him?
Well, that's a good question. I usually try to stay out of grown folk conversations because I'm not married, but I would that's a good question. I would say I think you can only prepare yourself so much to be in any kind of role that you're going to be. You can only prepare yourself so much, but I think you have to learn why you're in the role. That's the last bit of growth in it. So you're good at it or successful at it. So I don't think you're ever fully prepared for the next level up in your life, be it marriage, a job, or even in some personal stuff. I think you grow into being successful in that as you're learning while you're in the role.
I like that. No, that was love, brother. Let me find out you're trying to come in here early morning, waking up with all that good. What's up,
What up, Unc?
It's good. Four was good, Unc. My brothers.
We in the jungle. You know how it is.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know. I'm moving away from them. Give me a second.
All right, now, do your thing.
Sound like he in the airport again.
I know. Now I like what you said though, and somebody and a lady in the chat puts about the proverb wife. But how many women actually are proverb wives? See, it's only a handful of y'all that will turn around and say I'm a proverb wife. But some of y'all read the scripture and don't even understand it. That's why I say everything has to be learned. Even though you because you can set yourself up to be a wife, but to be with me, you have to know me. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn this man. Because you ain't going to just wake up one morning, oh, because the Bible said this is what I am, this is what I am. Non-cipher. It takes work.
Is it our job as men to teach women how to be our wives, teach them how to love us?
You can't teach nobody how to love you. I can't teach my wife how to love me, and she didn't teach me how to love her. You grow as you guys are together, you grow to love each other. That's what it's all about. Being in love is one thing. I'm in love with her. But loving her is a totally different thing because I may not love everything about her. I may not love everything that she does. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference. We can sit here and I mean, some men say I love everything my wife do. You lying. You lying if you say that. I don't care what any man says. He can say, I love everything my wife do. Bro, you fabricating. Ain't nowhere in the world you love everything. So when your wife smack you upside your head, you love that? When your wife burn that food, you love that? When your wife don't cook for your behind and you walk around hungry, you love that? You see what I'm saying? Like dudes be fabricated. And the same thing with women. I love everything about my man. No, you don't. When your man leave a ring around the tub, do you love that? When your man don't flush the toilet in the morning, do you love that? When your man lay next to you and pass gas at night, do you love that? Like, come on, they need to stop with the nonsense.
Man, look, the ring around tub is nasty work. We need to be dolo if we moving like that. You don't need to be with nobody if you're doing that.
And what people got to understand is this: when it says "he who finds a wife," just because I found a wife, that don't mean she is a wife. Just because I say I'm a husband, that don't mean I am a husband. We got to stop with these analogies and see the whole thing is this. This is the reason why I love the Bible, because you can decipher it any way you want. It's up to you how you decipher the word of God. Because here's my thing, and this is the reason why I say too many Bible thumpers. How is it the fact that you decipher it one way, I decipher it another way, but maybe the way I'm saying it is wrong, but people would disagree. No, but that's not what the Bible said. But hold up, time out. Who are you to tell me what the Bible said? Did you write it? Was you there when they were saying what it means? Nope. I have my own analogy. So at the end of the day, here's my theory. If a man finds a wife, does that make that man a husband? Because he's looking for a wife. It never said if a husband finds a wife. You see what I'm saying? If he who finds a wife, I am he. So I have to find somebody to learn me, even though she's a proverb woman. It can make sense. When you think about it, it never says a husband finds a wife. So that means what? If a man has to find a wife, that means that woman is to complete that man, right or wrong.
I mean, and see, I guess we talking in this sense, in this aspect, man, in the spiritual sense, I don't believe, like I said, this is speaking from my personal experience, I don't believe until it's due time and until God sees certain things from you, like you're not going to be all the way 100% where you want to be, God's not going to release her to you. Y'all paths are not going to intertwine. Like you might meet her, you might even, stumble across her, but it's not going to come together until he sees certain things from you and vice versa. This is just my opinion. Again, this is my experience. I've known my wife for some time now, and there were times where she might have given me chances, but it didn't come together until certain things I worked on within myself. So,
you know what, Rain? I love that you said that, right? I'm reading what she said. I would love to know how folks, if y'all got any questions, y'all can't come up and ask a question, but she said, I would love to know how folks just know it's their person. You know what the funny part is? People don't really know if they're person. Because how many times have we been been in dates and relationships with people and said, this is my person. Let's do it. Like, come on, let's be real. Almost every other woman that this is my person. Yo, she's the one. How many times have a man always said that this woman is the one and she has been zero? How many times have we actually kept talking about, yo, she's the one. This is my person. Yo, this is my baby. Yo, this, that, and the third. Yo, she's wifey. Give her all these doggone names. And then turn around. And then when you look back, you ain't even with none of them women. So, is there really such thing as the one? Or is there such thing as this is the person that I need? D Ford, what up, big bro?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
We're in the building. We just chopping it up this morning. I'm on a mission.
Wait. When are you not? Sister Tammy, when is my brother not on a mission, baby? You tell me. Because that's the day I'm going to video record you. To remind you, it's okay. You don't have to be on a mission every day, bro. But I know you're always on that mission, baby. What's cracking, baby? You good?
All day. We're on this lifelong journey. We just trying to get to the brass tacks. Is it that a woman should learn a man? Should a man teach a woman how to be a wife, or should she or is she already designed to be one? I'm gonna say this. Some women, you know what? I'm gonna let your brothers do your thing because I don't want to be monologuing.
Thank you, Sister Lotus. Thank you for the gifts. It's crazy. I mean, what I've learned throughout these years is, you have to do your very best into letting the person be who they be and decide that person fits you in alignments of your Lord and however you move. Everybody moves differently. And I truly believe that, right? I can teach her I could teach her what works for me. I cannot teach her to be a wife. I'm not a woman. Can't teach her. I cannot teach her how to be feminine. I'm a man. And even though I was raised by a woman, you know, the only person that wasn't a man in my house was my actual biological father. He was never around. But I had Sister Rain, thank you. But I had uncles and my best friend's father around, and just watching them. And these men were men. They weren't perfect men, obviously. And my aunts weren't perfect women. But nonetheless, they took care of their business as men. You know, all of them provided, all of them showed the kids what to do and how to do it and stuff like that. And primarily through leadership, by just sit back and watch. This is how you do things. So, you know, and anybody's ever, you know, pursuit of who's that person, allow that person to be who they are. Sit back and watch. Obviously, there's going to be some guidance. Well, this is what I like, you know, or how do you feel about this? Because this means something to me. And if you're, you know, on the total end of this or the total end of that, and you can't see a conceivable path of bridging a possible gap, then that's something that needs to be, you know, you have to evaluate. But allow the person to be who they are and make a decision. And if you believe in the 80-20 rule, if they got 80% of what you can rock with, that work. The beautiful part about it is it's easier to do 20% of work than it is to do 70% of work. That's more than the project. That's more, I don't have the energy for that no more. You get where I'm coming from? But she has to show me that the femininity that she has, that would have had to come from her mother, the grandmother, the girlfriends, the aunties, the godmothers. That comes from them. And if it's in line for how I can rock, then I might be cooking. And I landed right there, brothers.
Anybody can pick up from there. Do I got to say what I got? You know what? You're going to kill me this morning. Nah, I'm going to say something, though. What you said was right, though. You know, a lot of times we're not telling a woman. A lot of men do not tell their women or what they're looking for in a wife. Sometimes they just expect it, and then they get upset when a woman does not agree or doesn't align or doesn't move a certain kind of way. It is your fault. It is your fault, because here's the thing: you got women that tell a man, "Listen, this is what my desires are, not what, and it shouldn't be what I want. What my desires are. Listen, I desire a person this way. This is. I'm not going to say that what I expect from someone, because sometimes when you expect things from people, you don't get that expectations. So this is like, look, my heart desires are these for you. This is what I'm looking for. Can you do these things? Can you be this person for me? And the times is we have to be able to tell a woman, like, can you be the type of woman that I need? Not the type of woman I want, but can you be the type of woman that I need? Because I want to be the man that you need, not the man that you want. I want to be that dude that you need, because I'm not going to be the perfect man. And we have to stop trying to find the perfect person. Like, listen, I got all these boxes, brother, man. You know, I want a woman that's going to cook, clean, wash my clothes. She got to do all this other stuff. But then you don't get that. Now you get mad. But do the math. Are you ever going to get a woman like that? Or she may do some of the stuff. I would rather deal with someone that's going to do the majority of the stuff than everything that I want. Because some things that I want to be able to do too. And we got to be, and we have to be understanding as men when it comes to telling them, because we got, first of all, here's the beauty of it. First of all, we got to be truthful to ourselves first. In order to teach a woman how to be a wife, in order to teach a woman or tell her how she's supposed to be to us. Because a lot of us men ain't truthful to ourselves. We not. We sit here and say that we know ourselves, but do we really know ourselves? And are we really telling the truth about us, even to our own selves? I know it's kind of weird, and I know it's kind of wicked to say it that way, but it's the truth. We say that we lie to ourselves. So how can we lie to ourselves, but we want to try to teach a woman how she's supposed to be to me?
No, you're absolutely right, bro. That's the flesh is weak. It's not an excuse, but that's really what it boils down to. Because I remember before me and my wife locked in, before we became officially what we are today, it was like 2 or 3 women that I feel like were thrown in my path just to tempt me, just to see I feel like we delayed, and I feel like we all know we delay, certain things when we do stuff like that. But for me, it was like looking beyond the flesh. It was something in my spirit and my discernment. It was like, nah, this ain't it. And so I passed on it. And I'm glad I did. I thank God that, because I've done that. I know I've done that a few times. I know I delayed this process a few times, just going through those moments and falling for temptation. And we do a lot ourselves because truthfully, I think majority of people don't want to be alone. So a lot of people just want to have somebody. But to have the person for you versus just having somebody are 2 very different things.
I am going to say this. No, go ahead for it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I'm going to say 2 things. I want to switch something up a little bit. We often say, men, we know right away. We know very early. I don't know that we know. I think we should change that up to that we feel fairly early that this person could be the one, but you really don't know anything until y'all are battle tested, until y'all start having to work through some issues with each other. So we can feel it very, very fairly quickly. How y'all interact and how y'all, when y'all get together and y'all doing your thing, and how you guys work through problems and issues and even deal with problems and issues. I think ultimately will help us know if that's the one. And generally, when we know, it don't take that long after, for us to. It shouldn't take that. I'm going to say, in my opinion, it shouldn't. For me, it's not going to take that long after for me to ask that woman to be my wife. But I will tell you this as well, man. We've never really been taught what we're supposed to want from a wife. We're so busy. You know that saying, you're so far into the forest you can't see the trees? We're so busy just grinding away trying to provide that a lot of times we haven't even learned what we want. We don't even know what we want because we're so busy trying to provide. It's like, wait, because I'll ask myself, like, I'm not quite sure what I want because I feel like I'm so busy trying to. That's what I was raised to see. I was raised, by a man that was just providing. I got to get this. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So I think we do need to take a pause and really start trying to figure out. And I think to your point, Bill, I don't think we do know who we are, and what we want and what we require. And so, but I don't think it's been common practice for us to even think on that.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that's gonna sting a little bit to some of these men, which is true. Some of us, like you said, we don't have role models, but some of us have this learned behavior of the representative. That's why I'm saying we don't even know ourselves. We know the representative more than we know ourselves. And the thing is, we become that representative, and then we are teaching these women how to marry, how to be with the representative instead of being with our true selves. That's the crazy part. We don't even realize it, that we have become, that so many men have become this representative, that they start to live that life as if that's who they truly are.
And they get mad when they're not happy because now we settling into who we are.
Yeah. And then when that woman starts chipping away of the representative, and then the real you starts to come out. And she sees you, she be like, wait a minute, but you wasn't like this before when I met you. You wasn't like this before when I did X, Y, and Z. Now all of a sudden, look at how you are now. So where did all this come from? Was this learned behavior, or this was just something that was automatic? This is who you was all along.
I also think people need to be very careful with mistaking the representative with what's the word I could say? I don't want to say the mundane. I want to say listen, everybody treats the new car a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It feels different. It smells different. It sounds different. It rides different. We enjoy it different. And then when we start getting, and then once that new car smell kind of wears off, doesn't mean the car lost any value. It's anything to it. It's just that we're kind of used to it now. And sometimes people want it. Everything isn't going to be just like that in the very beginning. It's not. It's just not. It's not. But that doesn't mean that was a representative. That just means y'all was really vibing at that moment, and it was new, and you can enjoy that moment. But understanding that when you fall in to some consistency and really just kind of in what it's going to be like to be together, it may not feel like it felt in the beginning. That doesn't mean it's not special. It just means it's not as intense as it was in that with that new car smell. But that doesn't mean it ain't gonna drive you to where you need to go. And it doesn't mean it's not gonna be reliable. And you gotta understand there's a difference between that dopamine wearing off and a representative that was there.
See, I want to use the car analogy, like you said. See, here's what I say the representative is. You got a Mercedes-Benz with a Honda engine. The representative, it looks good on the outside. That outside, I got a whole Mercedes. Look at this. This sucker shiny and all that. But that engine, you're like, wait a minute. This ain't moving how it looks. That's what representatives do. They don't move how they look. And it's the thing that brothers listen. Brothers got to start coming correct. Got to start coming correct. Because there's too many these brothers out here now, and that's all they doing is selling dreams, getting these sisters caught up. And I'm not saying all, because listen, I'm speaking of adult girls. I'm not talking about women now. There's a difference. There's a difference between women and adult girls. Because at the same time, Octavia, I'm gonna tell you, we call it gaslighting, but some of these women be gaslighting men as well. Yeah, you see, it was the for me. Listen, we hear it all the time. But like I said, I'm coming for men at this first little bit, but trust and believe. Women ain't getting no passes in my book.
Hey, Rain said there's nothing wrong with a good argument. I think she said pre-relationship, whatever, or pre-marriage. I honestly feel like it's almost required. You got to know how people respond when there's tension. You gotta understand how people respond through that, through working through their feelings, and are they able to have a disagreement with somebody and still walk away saying, okay, I'm still locked in, and I'm okay. Because a lot of people can't do that. When they get in an argument with someone, it is like all of a sudden it's the end. It's the end, or they can't get past whatever it is that those feelings are. You need to sharpen the iron. You need adversity to be able to work through. So this is my opinion. And listen, I'm still single, so what do I know? I'm just going to tell you what my theory is. You need adversity to be able to build a stronger foundation, because you work through that together and you come through it stronger. So you know what you need to do there. You guys got to figure it out along the way.
Yeah, like listen, I think sometimes those are the best thing. Yeah, 7-5. Go ahead, my brother.
Go ahead, keep going.
I think those are like the best tools to knowing someone. If you can stand in the fire and don't get burned. If you can stand in the fire and withstand all that heat and be like, you know what, and walk out without a blemish, without a scar on your body, and still look at the person and still want to be with the person even more. That tells me a lot. That tells me a lot about that woman. Bottom line, me as a man, if we going through something and we going back and forth, and if she can still turn around and still tell me, you know, I still love you, I'm mad at you, and she'll still give you that meal, and that meal be damn good, and you look at her like, did you put something in here? But still in all, you're going to eat that sucker, because you know why? Because regardless of the fact, you still trust it. I don't care. You can go through whatever you're going to go through. The trust factor is the most important part. Because you can't have one without the other. Ain't nowhere in the world you're going to tell a woman, I love you, but I don't trust you. You can't tell a man, I love you, but I don't trust you. So then what's the purpose of being with me? What is the purpose of being together if you don't trust me? At that point, that's when I'm going to walk as a man, because I'm not being with anyone that say they can't trust me. But you love me. You love me that much, but you love me what? You love me enough not to trust me? As some of the women say, girl, bye.
I'm gonna say this real quick, though, and I think we have to go just a tad bit deeper there to understand the difference of what you just said. Because to love, I can't be with you. I cannot be with you and love you and not trust you. I can love you, but if I don't trust you, I'm not going to be with you. But I can still love you. I'm just not putting you in my internal circle to get stung by you. There are people who you can love, but you don't trust, and you keep them away because of their non-trustworthiness. It don't mean that you don't love them. You just don't deal with them. So, for an example, you said, right, you and your daughter were estranged. You love your daughter. You just don't route due to circumstances that took place. Same as me. I love my daughter, but we're estranged, and I'm going to get on into that. I love her. I just don't deal with her. You have to know how to, let's say that you don't, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. Because if you stop loving something that's worthy of being loved, a lot of us are not going to be loved because we may fall short in the depth chart of something that triggers somebody for whatever reason, but it doesn't make us not human or whatever have you. So that's why I said, I can understand you can, the love part, but I just can't have you in my internal circle, but I can still love you, but I'm going to love you from afar.
I'm now, I love you. I love you, Brother Ford, but I got a little pushback. No, we good. So here's my thing. When I say, there's two parts of this. If I'm in a relationship with someone and she don't trust me, I can't, there's no, and you can't trust me, don't say that you love me. Bottom line. Now, when it comes for me with somebody else, if I don't trust you, I don't love you. I might have love for you. I got love for my man, but I can't trust him. I don't be like, yo, I love that dude, even though I can't trust him. That's hood analogy. That's hood rights 101. Bottom line, I'm from the hood, and if I see a dude that I can't trust, y'all know I got love for him. Like if I see something happen, he all right. But I don't love that dude. Heck no, I can't love that man. I can't even love, listen. A woman sit there and tell me in my face, you know what, I love you, but I can't trust you. Well, guess what? I love myself enough to walk away from your behind. Because ain't no way in the world I'm going to sit with you. You can't trust me as a man.
I totally agree with that. When I say I 100% agree with the notion of if there's no trust, I can't allow you in my circle. Because if you don't trust, there's no rebuttal on that. So I have a physical brother, my younger brother. He lives literally 10 minutes away from me. I wouldn't let that man in my house and stay in here if I'm just going to the store. You're coming with me. You're not going to stay in my house alone. I still love him. Brothers from the street, I know what you do. I'm not in agreement with what you do. It's more than I got love for you. I love you, but I'm you can only get but so far, and that's based on what you're into. But I totally agree. Like you can't love somebody, or you can't not trust somebody and have them in your circle because you are waiting to get bit. You are waiting to get stung. Or you're waiting for something to happen, you don't going to happen because there's no trust. And if there's no trust, there's a reason for it. So putting boundaries up, yes, because there's no trust. But stop loving you, there's a reason why I got to love you. I just can't love you the same, but I'm going to still love you. So if you're hurting out there, you need something, I'm going to give it to you. If you want to call it, I got love for you, opposed to taking off the I love you, that's fine. That's fine. But love, it's very hard to go back from love. Once you got to the apex of loving someone, it's a little difficult to go back from it. You just may love differently, but love is love. But I clearly get what you're saying. It ain't like I don't understand it.
No,
I get it.
I just want, there's, for me, it's always, there's always two different sides for me. It's a black and white. There is no gray area. It's black and white. So when I hear people like, you know what, yo, I love this dude, yo, I love this dude, but he just stole from me, but I still love him. Hell nah. You ain't gonna steal from me and still think I love you, bro. You ain't the love is lost. You know what I'm saying? Once you,
So wait, let me ask you a question. Big V.
Yes,
let me
sir.
ask you a question then.
Come on.
Based on what you just said, is that conditional or unconditional?
It is conditional, unconditional. Everything is lost. You don't trust me, the love is lost. Bottom line, there is no love for you no more. I don't care. Listen, you could be falling. Guess what? You're just going to fall by yourself. Bottom line, you're not going to sit there and tell me you don't trust me, but expect for me to still have love for you? Heck no. The love is gone.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, here's another question then. Because I'm asking you some questions about the trust piece, because I will say this. I believe trust is like the glue to love. It keeps it stable.
Right.
But what I'm going to say is this. So, we have kids. So will you trust your child to drive your Lamborghini? If you got a Lamborghini to drive it and they don't know how to drive yet, or they're practicing how to drive? Or are they going to drive something more simple?
They're not going to drive nothing, because if they don't know how to drive, why would I put them behind the wheel of a car?
How are they going to learn, baby boy?
They're going to learn. They're going to go to driving school. That's the whole point. I'm not going to teach them.
Wait, why they got to go to driving school? Because you what?
Because I don't trust them with my car.
But does that affect how you love them?
But that's my kids. You can't put my kids with people.
You're not hearing me, baby boy.
I'm hearing you, baby boy.
Answer the question.
Okay, hold up. Now, okay, let's get it.
Love them any less?
Do I love my kids any less for what? For wrecking my car?
Because you don't trust them to drive your car.
Yeah, I love them any less. You damn real.
You know what? You can't even say that with a straight face. I'm coming to you right now. I'm coming over you.
With a straight face.
Yeah, but you know something.
What I'm saying is this. It's a difference though, my brother. I get what you're saying, Unc. And don't be trying to jam me up, because you know me. What I'm saying, I'm talking about outside. So let me put it like this. So let me make it better for people to understand. Outside of your family, I'm gonna put here's a better way. If either one of you guys I love you brothers right now, but one of y'all break my trust, I can't rock with y'all no more. Hands down.
That's understandable. That part.
And that's what I'm talking about.
That's very understandable. I'm gonna give you a very different scenario, which I'm sure all of us is going through. Me and you, from the sandbox, from day one, we rocked out. We rocked out so hard. One day, I actually saved your life. I've saved your life. Dudes from the other side of town had it for you. I bang, 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 ran them off and got you out of there. You know what I did for you. So not only did I put myself in danger for you, I literally gave my life for you. I done fooled around, messed around, and I started messing with this chick who was doing what wasn't supposed to be doing, and now I'm hooked. I know you got money. I know you running illegal numbers. I know Vel is going to pick up his trap. You know I set you up. But you know I got the monkey on my back. Do you not? I mean, now I didn't hit you. You know what I mean by hit. I didn't hit you. I just got the money from you. You mean to tell me you not going to love me no more? Knowing that I got the monkey on my back and knowing what I did for you earlier when I was straight, you not going to love me?
No, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm gonna tell you why. If you set me up to get that bread, that's a problem. When you could have just came to me as my brother and asked me for it, it's two different things. Even though, hold on. I heard what you said. Now let me give my analogy. Even though you got that monkey on your back, as your brother, as your friend, and you held me down, you still should have came to me. At the end of the day, it was like, yo. This I need X, Y, and Z. Instead of setting me up, knowing that I got the bag, you rather set me up than come to me. Heck no, I might even come at you.
Damn, you know you're not gonna give me what I need because you know what I'm gonna do with it.
So what? But you
no, you know you're not gonna give me what
You can't say that.
No, you're
You
not gonna
can't.
give me what I need.
Ford, you can't say that. Listen, you held me down. I owe you. You took something. You did something for me. I owe you, regardless the
So
fact
then
of what you needed for. I have to.
Okay, so you would give me. So then you would give me something that's going to continue to destroy my life. This. You get where I'm coming from? You can give me anything. You can put me up in a hotel for a week or a month to get straight. You can pay my thing to get help or whatever have you. But you're not going to contribute to my destruction. But you know that's what I need at that time. And I can't think logically, so I'm not going to come at you and ask you for something knowing that you're not going to give it to me.
But,
so I did something, and you know I could have did way worse. You know I could have gotten your wife, when I know she got the bag this week. On Tuesday, she gets it. On Thursdays and Mondays, you get it. I came to you because you were a man. I'm not going to tell you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but you understand what I'm saying, though, bro?
From black and white, Velvet, there's one way to get from black to white because they're two different colors, and that's gray.
Okay.
It doesn't mean if you channel in the gray area, it doesn't mean you come up off of the philosophy black and white, but sometimes you got to take that crosstown bus to go to the uptown side because there's a detour. That's all that I'm saying, brother. That's all.
I get what you're saying. So hear me out. Now I let you talk without cutting you off, right? Now hear my point and hear me well. At the end of the day, and I'm talking to you in a different voice. At the end of the day, you did something for me, regardless of the fact I owe you, right? So you would rather set me up to get the bag than come to me and get the bag. Either way, you still getting the money to get what you need to do. You're not getting yourself right with it. So when you come to me, I'm just gonna be like, here, I don't care what you need it for. It's the simple fact is, look, you need something, I got you. Isn't that not our word as men? Yo, you got you, I'm gonna hold you down, regardless of the fact. We're not gonna sit there, yo, I can't give you this because I know what you're gonna do with it. No, here, and whatever you do with it, because what I am gonna do is this. I'm gonna put it in your hand, and I'm gonna tell you, yo, just do right by this. Do right by this. Because how many times have we led brothers that got that monkey on their back to programs and they come back and put that monkey back on their back? Let's make it make sense. How many men have had this monkey on their backs and went to programs and came back for about what? But you know what the sad part about this is? They come back to the same place. It's not like they get out and they move someplace where it's really not there. They get out and go back to the hood and get that monkey back on their back. So what am I doing? So now you want to call me an enabler because I gave you something that you asked for, even though I put you in the program and you came out the program and went right back to the hood and did the same damn thing. So that's like a slap in my face.
And you're right, bro. And you're right. And okay, I'll say this as well. That's just the scenario I gave. I mean, this is scenario based, everybody. So please just stop making this.
Yeah, this is scenario based.
I can take it off and say, I went into the joint that I know that Velvet owns. You know, let's not get so literal with this. So we're just trying to see how we can make this a common denominator when it comes to trust and love. And if you don't trust somebody, should the love dissipate opposed to it could still be incorporated, but from a different level. That's all this is.
Right. So
scenarios literally, please. People in the chat.
So here's the thing that I want.
Scenario though. Before.
Oh yeah. I mean, but guess what? Hey, Del, how many times have the scenario that I gave you? How many times do you know that to happen? Come on. So I mean, it's a real scenario. It's a crazy one, but trust me. In them streets, that's a very real scenario.
It's the one that they chose. It wasn't me. But it's what they chose. It wasn't me.
Wow.
Wow, what? Y'all heard it.
Did you just drop us off on Front Street?
Yes, I did. Because I had something totally different. Y'all chose this, so I'm going with what y'all wanted.
Oh, what's up, lady? What's up? We just gonna move. Come on, lady. What's good with you, boy?
Lady Lit, what up, though?
I don't even know what I walked into, but I'm just listening. What's going on, Kings? How y'all doing?
We good.
Liddy, what's good, baby?
Nothing cooling. Just hearing just a snippet of what y'all was talking about, I learned to harbor it and not look like it, right? So when people flashy have a tendency, or if they know you got it, they have a tendency of snaking their way in to get what they want, just to give you a little bit to make you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Just to take from you. You know what I'm saying? So I think family, man, I had to distance myself away from family, some of them, because I was getting to a level in my life that I wanted to change, but I know that the streets will pull me back if I've been around the wrong people. And that happened with my cousin. My cousin basically came to me and asked me for 5 stacks. He was like, yo, bro, I'm in a tight spot right now. I'll give it back. I didn't know my cousin had a problem. I didn't know. I haven't talked to my cousin in years. But he seen that I got it. He was family, just like Velvet said. I didn't ask no questions. I just said, you know what, my G, I got you. I love you, my family, I got you. 2-3 weeks later, I ain't see this dude for 2-3 weeks. And I swear for God, I caught him out in the street, out on this place called The Blade. And he was out there and he was effed up. You understand? And he had a nerve to ask me for a couple of $100 more. Instead of giving him a couple more $100, I took him to the rehab. I took him straight to the hospital. Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance, and you gotta show them. You gotta say no. You understand? So that's what I learned growing up, and even as an adult. But I land my plane though.
You know what,
Yeah.
though?
I got an example right here, though. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say you want to reel it back in on for what the topic, because we're getting further and further away from what the original topic was.
No, go ahead.
Keep it with whatever you have, certain prices. Go ahead and add.
Oh no, it was just to end it on, or just get my perspective on just that topic real quick. I like you said, didn't get back to the original one. I guess another example would be, I hate using movies, man. The Lion King, man. Like Mufasa didn't trust Scar, but he still loved him, so he kept him at a distance, kept him at bay, but he still had love for him. It might have been a bit of a disdain there, and I'll go even further than that, a more realer one. We know God still has love for Lucifer. We know that there's still some love there. Otherwise, he could have just completely got rid of him. God can do anything. But there's still some kind of a love there, even though I don't trust you. I can't trust you no more. But I still, because God is nothing but love. He is love. God is love. So there's still love there, even with us. Like, and I'll land here. I won't drag it out. We always say we're supposed to try to love like God, but that's just impossible. We hear this all the time. We can't love to that capacity. There's no way. There's certain things that it'd be hard for us to still love you after that, and especially like with the examples that we're giving here. But I think it is possible, and he showed it's possible to still love someone even though you don't trust them. Even if you don't trust them, you can still have love for them. You're just not going to keep them close to you the way that you would if you did trust them.
Yo, that is so true. But I want to say this, and thank you for sharing that, my brother. For real, I want to thank all you brothers for sharing that. But to get back, right, is being a wife, learn from him or built before him. See, the problem I have with this being a wife and learn and women coming in as claiming that they wives is because a lot of time you got women that's telling a man what he's supposed to be in that marriage. You turn around telling him what he's supposed to be in a marriage. Like, how you going to turn around and tell me what I'm supposed to be? They sit there and try to dictate and tell you how you're supposed to move, things that, you know what I'm saying? Like make that make sense, fellas. I mean, I really want to know what your thoughts on that is. How can a woman tell you what you're doing wrong in a marriage, but she's not even holding herself accountable for what she's doing wrong in the marriage?
It doesn't make sense, brother. And this is what I had said from prior about when it came to, I can't teach her how to be a wife because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. You got to learn how to be a wife from your mother or any woman figure that was in your life. And what happens here in life is when you come to the point of the situation in which you just stated, you can tell me, baby, we as a couple, but telling me my role, and keep in mind as well, you may have had a great father, but your father do things this way and I do things this way. It doesn't mean I'm less of a man because I did it differently the way he did it, as long as the job is getting done. Now, if something is short or being shortchanged in a relationship, marriage, or whatever have you, then that comes for a reason to have a conversation at the table. But to try to tell me something as if, like you're the only one at fault, or not fault, but you're the only one here. Like, how did we get here? Let's collectively look at this as a couple. But to come out and just say, well, oh, you, then there's no mirrors, I guess, on your side of the room. Because we got here as a couple. We didn't start here, but we ended up here, which means we both were sure on why we got to this side of the street opposed to the other side of the street. I land there.
Well, I want to ask this: if you brothers, if for the brothers that can cam up, can y'all please cam up respectfully, if you can?
So I have a question. I'm on the road. Is there, and I'm like I said, I'll say it again. I'm single, but I'm going to ask the married folks in here and in the chat. Is there a one size fits all, right? So, and what I mean by that is I guess my question is, how can somebody, what's the difference between learning, becoming a wife and then being the wife for the man that you're with? What's the how do you differentiate that? And hey, listen, I want to make sure that I'm a wife, but also you can't give me advice on. It's not, every man is different. They have different needs, and you will have to show up differently. What does that look like when you guys are coming up trying to figure that out?
You know what I get though? Here's the funny part. When a woman has been married, and men, when they had like when they've been to like 2 or 3 marriages, whatever the case may be, those same traits and some of the same traits they try to find in that third man or their next marriage. It's like it's something that they're always looking for, but they just can't find it. And it's like, why you just can't take me for who I am? And then it takes some years to understand, well, you know what? You're not like the person that I used to be with. But I never was that person because you never tried to learn me. You still learning or trying to get over the last person.
I still think to this day, Proverbs 31 is one of the best things you can look at. One of the best blueprints you can look at. I feel like just read that. That's one of the best things to go off of, or at least get an idea, get a baseline, in my opinion.
But you know what, though? When it comes to this Proverbs 31, I'm going to say, listen, a lot of them ain't even the full proverb, ain't even the full scripture. They not. They listen. They oh Jesus, if they were, then they will know how to certain things that some of these women do when it comes to us men is bananas. And then because this, if further, if they don't meditate in that scripture and understand instead of just reading it, well, this is me, this is who I am. But it's called meditation, so that way that scripture can be a part of you. So when you feel certain things, that scripture will come out of you. And then you will know how to reform and get back to that feminine. What's up, lady?
I hope I say this the right way. I don't want to offend nobody, right? But I'm not a Build-A-Bear. I'm not a Build-A-Bear. I'm not a workshop. It's crazy to me how women, they can do what they want and they expect for us to accept them for who they are. Because, sometimes men are infatuated with women to the point that we let them get away with different things, you know what I'm saying, and overlook. But a woman, she would never overlook what your role's supposed to be. I'm not a Build-A-Bear. You're not going to build me. They got a place for that where y'all can go build whatever bear you want, put a voice in it, and all that. And you can set it up and they can do what you want. But my role as a man is to be a provider and do what I'm supposed to do for my household so we both can prosper. You understand? So when I'm out here and I'm working these 13-hour shifts and I'm coming home, I'm just letting y'all know I don't want a bologna sandwich. I don't want no oodles and noodles. I don't want none of that. If you expect us to do great things, we expect you to do great things as well. But I'm going to just land it like that. I'm not a Build-A-Bear.
No, you listen. How can you say you're a Proverbs woman, but I'm coming home to chaos and nonsense? I'm coming home after working, like you said, all these hours, and I still got to deal with you in your madness because you want to argue, because you want to complain about all the stuff that I didn't do while I was at work. You calling me on my job, complaining to me about something that I left or something I forgot to do. Meanwhile, I'm at work. Now you got me thinking about what's going on in the house and what I'm doing at work.
And I also want to add this. Ladies, please try this. When your man walk through the door, give him 5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes to unwind, 10 minutes to unwind. Sometimes we come in, we already heard all the rah-rah from work and whatever we dealing with on the outside. But when we come in the inside, we want peace. Be the peace. You know what I mean? Ask your man, hey, yo, babe, you good? You all right? You see your man kind of stumbling in a little bit? Hey, yo, listen, rub his shoulders or something. Do something like that. Because y'all wondering why somebody else is doing it. And y'all wondering sometimes why your man is stepping out on you because you giving them grief and you not giving them peace. I land that.
Listen, all a man really wants is a hug and a kiss when he come home. The simplest things. I'm home. Baby, I'm home. Hey, honey, how you doing? Come to me with open arms as if you miss me. That's all we want. Open arms, a kiss. We grab that ass and we haul that. We grab the assets, excuse me, and we go upstairs and we get ourselves ready. Listen, we don't, fellas, let's be real. We don't ask for much when we come home. To be honest, all we want is that, and we just want to relax, eat our food, and just sit in peace.
Read the room. You gotta learn to read
Maybe
the
blow
room.
one down. Like, I don't know.
Read the room.
That's all it boils down to.
Read the room. Hey man, look, one of the things I shared, I always share that, meanwhile, women talk about, well, what should we do? How about we do this? Since you praying a whole lot and you in your closet and you're doing your self-care, care about what man you pray for. How about you do this? Because see, a lot of times we talk about Ruth and Boaz. The brother I'm more in tune with is Solomon, because Solomon didn't ask for money. He just asked for wisdom. He wanted wisdom, knowledge, and how he can respond to his people. You want a man who can do that. You want a man who wants wisdom, who understands how wisdom affects his life. You want a man who understands how to use that wisdom and turn that knowledge into something that's resourceful. That's what you really want. Those are the men you want to be praying for, as opposed to do with the bag or look good, this, that, and the third. There's your cheat code.
Listen, when we hear what a woman wants, y'all want too much. That's the problem. We can't give you all y'all wants. We want the simplest things. Y'all want too much. Y'all want way too much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want this, y'all want that. But when we want y'all to listen, y'all don't want to hear what we have to say. When we want y'all to listen, when we want y'all to hear us talk, when we want to pour in, we can't pour into y'all because guess what? Ain't no safe space. Why are you talking like that? Well, you never told me you felt like that because you never gave me the opportunity to tell you how I felt. And every time I try to express how I feel, you deflect it and start talking about something that's going on with your behind. So now I got to stop worrying about my feelings and now interject into your feelings. And guess what? Now my stuff is bottled up once again. Listen, ladies, understand. Sometimes your man is hurting. Sometimes your man is hurting and you can't see his hurt because you're too busy worrying about your issues. Sometimes your man want to tell you something, but you too busy got to let him know what's going on with you and how you feeling. Sometimes you need to learn how to put your feelings aside and allow your man to pour into you with his feelings. You will learn a lot about your man, more than you think that you know. Here we go, another one. See, it's always the ones. I'm so sorry you feel this way. Not all women are like this. Who's talking about all women? Like, it's always that one thing they always say. I'm sorry you feel this. I don't feel that way. Just to let you know. But this is just men talking, and this is the problem that we always have with some women. They don't hear us. They just listen to respond.
You know what's scary? There are sisters in this daggone chat telling people, sisters, they're giving you good information, just listen. But they too busy wanting to respond.
Because you know why? Because this is how they treat their men. To be honest, if a woman can sit here and interject with us, imagine how she interjects with her man or the men, plural, that she is laying down with.
Hey, you saw that comment, bro. And look, and I'm with you 100%, but it's sad because that's the times we live in. If you don't say some or a lot, and you just say women, it gets lumped into all women. That's how a lot of women. And then and some men will do it too, vice versa. One thing I just on this topic is I'll never say most or half, but I do say a lot. I do think a lot of women have a hard time just listening to understand, not trying to come up with a rebuttal, not listening to key points or what they're gonna say in response. Just listening to process and digest it and let it resonate.
That's it. It's not that hard. It is very simple to just have brothers come and just say what we need to say without and this is the problem that we have. You see what I'm saying, fellas? We get the problem not even, and these are not even our women, and we getting problems that we gotta you feel me? Like it's crazy work how we have to be on the defense, and this is the problem. When us men, we don't want to be on the defense with our women. We ladies, women, we love y'all. We love our women. We shouldn't have to feel like I gotta play defense because all she's throwing is offense at me. When we could both be on the same side, playing and doing the same. Are we not supposed to be on the same team? Why when I walk to the door, I got a different jersey than you got?
Hey, yo,
ain't nobody no Browns fan. That's why.
Okay.
hey, listen.
That's some shade. That's shade. That's a lot of shade.
We'll deal with
that shade.
Hey, look.
That's real petty.
Hey,
Real
look.
petty.
Hey, Velvet 757, Mr. Ford and Daddy Ford. And I'm about to piss him off with this one. Why is that? Hold on. I'm going to wait for Velvet. Okay, Velvet, you hit. I want you to hit me with this.
I know it.
I want you to hit me with this. Why is it that women with bosses or supervisors can be obedient, but when they come home, don't wear this to work. Don't do this at work. Don't talk like that at work. But when you come home to your man or your husband, it's totally different.
Could they submit to that dollar? It's not submitting to their boss. They submitting to that dollar.
Don't say it's different in the comments neither. Please don't.
No, they submit to. They are submitting to the money. They're not submitting to their boss because guess what? They need that. They need that. And at the same token, listen. The problem is this. Your husband should always come first, regardless of your job, regardless of any situation. Your husband.
Yo, Ford, you can't be cooking bacon in the background, fam.
Nah, that's why I muted that real quick because I heard it like cat crackle like
hungry? I'm over here getting hungry.
Look.
You know what, man? Because I'm still wearing the crown from yesterday. This crown.
Okay.
Are we really going to do that right now? Listen.
The toast, the eggs, and the whiting that I started from scratch.
Yo, Mr. Ford.
Just because you had smoke, blackened salmon, that don't mean nothing.
He cooking spam in the background. Get your brother. He cooking spam in the background. You know what? We not doing this.
We not.
He's really being the sausages and all.
We're not even about to play with y'all right now. We're not doing it. This is not Tuesday, fellas.
We got the ED.
Mute him out.
The ED game.
Mute him, please.
Do you know what that stands for?
Bruh. We got to mute him.
Exceptionally dope.
He over here cooking low sodium spam.
Because we exceptionally dope.
My man cooking low sodium spam. I'm like, what in the world?
Yo, he got some barbecue pig knuckles over there and all that.
Oh, look. You're not being nice to me. Don't hate me. I got the crown over here.
Don't they? All right, I'm sorry. Let's get back on.
We apologize, my fault.
It's okay. Listen, it's okay to laugh. You don't see me getting mad. It's okay to laugh. Listen, this is what brothers do.
I think we had to lighten the mood after that last comment.
Yeah.
I think we had to lighten the mood.
No. We're gonna get back in it. That it is what it is, because there are. Let me say this: there are too many sisters who will listen to the boss at the drop of a dime, but if a brother asks for something, it's a little problem.
Yeah.
Listen.
And better yet, let me add some more Lowry seasoned salt to your story. How about this one? How about we at the house and you'll make whatever the kids want to eat, but if you want something different, that's a problem.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I ain't talking theory. I'm talking about past.
No, you talking
history.
You talking facts
Past
though.
history. Yeah, the kids can get whatever they want. You ask for something different, it's a problem.
I'm gonna tell you, Ford. You got to man. All that doggone shaking. Thank you, my brother. I love you. But here's my thing. I want to say something though. Right? I love what y'all saying, but there's certain things that we also forgetting as men. Sometimes you have some women that want to marry their fathers. That they don't even want to listen to. Well, my daddy was like this. My daddy was like that. I'm not your daddy. I am a man that chose to marry you. I'm a man that chose to be with you. But yet you trying to turn me into your father. Then you also have some women that actually have been dealing with dudes that has been paying their ways and treating them, doing certain things for them. And all of a sudden, because you get with me, I have to continue that lifestyle that you have, that somebody else has created for you. It is not my job. It is not my place. If you can't respect me, if you don't understand the person that I am, that is a problem to me. T.O., what up, my brother? Welcome in. If you want to pull up, T.O., you're more than welcome. We have to, we as men, first of all, we got to stop picking these women that are not designed for us. That's number one. That's first and foremost. We got to stop running through women as if they're trained. That's number two. Not every woman is made for us. Not every woman is for us. We have to move in a certain manner, in a certain style as men. Because a lot of times what we show in these young brothers is what? It's okay to be with this type of woman. It's okay to do this as a bro. We got to move different. We got to have more discernment within ourselves. We can't just, if you're not trying to find a wife, to be honest, then that's on you. But if you're trying to find a wife, there's no need for you to be out there trying to slay everything that comes your way.
Crickets.
Hey, I want to say something real quick. And this is gonna hurt some feelings, but I felt I need to say this. I saw something, and I try not to pay attention to the chat. The only reason I'm addressing it is because I hear it quite often when people ask, "Well, who's even married up there?" So my thought about that is just because you may be married does not make you qualified to speak on anything. Because some of y'all got some whack ass marriages out there. Some of y'all miserable in y'all marriages, and you want to talk about people. Listen, you should know whenever you are trying to build something, you should always be surrounded with some people that aren't even in doing what you're doing, because it gives you a different and fresh perspective of what's going on. And maybe a different set of eyes on where you can get better. But don't come in here and you in a whack marriage asking who's married. Because I have never met anybody who was happily married that has said that. Happily married people are eager to talk to people who aren't married and give them feedback. And they don't judge you because you're not. And they will listen to you. That's my experience. I haven't seen one happy marriage where people weren't open and inviting to somebody who wasn't married. Just because you're married doesn't mean that you got the best advice, because some of y'all marriages is whack. And some of y'all marriages wasn't even done in the way they were supposed to be done. You did it because you couldn't afford to be by yourself. You did it because you were being manipulated.
So understand, before you step into arena to try to tell people who they are, some people don't gotta be in the position to be able to understand how to be successful in it. Sometimes we just don't make good decisions with the individuals that we've been trying to do it with. And that's what we do. That's what we look for people who are married for. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look for people who are happily married, because I want to understand what they worked through and how they got through that. So it doesn't matter, but be careful, because when you come in here, if you're not happy, I can tell by the comments you ain't happy. I can feel the energy in the comment that you had happen. So keep you in them whack ass marriages on that end, and just be quiet and listen, because at the end of the day, it's not just because you're married doesn't mean that you're better at it than somebody who's not. I'll end there.
No, you hit it right on the head, brother. First of all, I can't even say nothing about that. You just cooked. Because it's always, listen, some people, that's why I said a lot of people will be in the comments and will say something about their marriage as if their marriage is great, knowing that they're failures, and they're probably not even married, or their relationships is trash. It's trash. They man out there sleeping on them, cheating on them, doing all kinds of stuff to them, cursing at them, disrespecting them, but they want to know who's married, because why? Why? Because your marriage is trash, and you think everybody else's marriage is like yours? Everybody else's relationship is like yours? No, ma'am. Not at all. First of all, a lot of brothers that's up here seem to me, I don't see not a sad face up here. I think we all in good shape, but the problem is sometimes y'all don't want to hear what we have to say, because what we're saying is factual and it hits home. And some of y'all get stung by it and don't realize, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Yeah. It is the truth. It's wild work. When we sit here and talk about certain things, it's either something that we have experienced in life or some things that we just may have seen.
So I just seen something too, and I definitely want to speak on that, right? People say they want, you understand, but you got to be willing to work. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to work, then you can't get what you want. We love the things that we need, you know what I'm saying, but we don't want to work for what we want. You know, it's not 50-50 no more. It really ain't. It's not. And some people got to come to a realization that you might look at it as a 50-50 situation, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? So you got to work, especially as a man, you got to work extra hard, you know what I mean, to keep and maintain the things that you want. So if you can't maintain this, you're not going to be able to maintain this right here, which is your heart. And I'll land it right there.
I'm going to say this.
Listen, man, I say this all the time.
Man, old man, a minute thought, brothers.
What's going on?
Old man. What's up, Elvin?
What's going on, Bishop? Let me say something real quick, then I'm gonna go to you, T.O. My bad, brother. Matter of fact, go ahead, T.O. Welcome in, Bishop.
What's going on, fellas? What's happening? Listen, I say this tonight, and I'm gonna say this till I'm blue in the face. Most people spend more time prepping for the wedding than they do for the marriage. And they're still stuck in that BS. That some of the relationships that they have are just for show for other people. It ain't that they really want to be there. So when some of us are up here talking about things and we're happy, whether we're good or we're bad in our relationships, we talk about the good and the bad in the relationship. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. But like you said, because you got some sapsucker marriage going on, and it's just for your family. So people, you know, for some of those that are out here that want to be on the down low, you just married so nobody will look at you a certain way. Come on now. Stop judging everybody that you see on these platforms and think, are they married? Or are they single? We've been through some experiences, and we continue to go through some experiences as long as we open our eyes every day, because every day ain't going to be the same. I'll say this for the brothers in here. If we are not your cup of tea, go find another drink. We are definitely trying to put information out here where people want to listen. And lately, a lot of people have been wanting to listen to a lot of things that's been going on because you got married and single up in here. If your porch ain't clean, stop sweeping on everybody else's porch. Clean your crap up first before you come over here and try to sweep up ours. Because what we're not going to do is let you sit up here and criticize all of us. Because here's the thing. All of us up here educated. I'm very educated. I'm in school again at my old ass age, excuse the language. But I don't let nobody dictate or tell me who I'm going to be. You're not going to be my judge, jury, or my executioner. When we're on here happily or unhappily giving stuff, it's our experience. Stop trying to knock every black man that you see on here that's trying to speak positivity into life for people. Because we're a voice for some men that don't have a voice. We're a voice to some women who are crying out for help but don't know where to go. If this is your type of ride, sit back and enjoy it. If not, ride the bus. I'll land my plane there.
Tio, if I was a woman, I'd be turned on. If I was a woman right now, I'd be turned on.
May I speak?
Yes. What's going on, Bishop? Welcome in, my brother.
You know, I listen to you brothers, and I gotta agree and I gotta disagree. Why do you ask somebody to operate in something they haven't been trained in? See, the world has taught them how to walk in salvation. So first, let me speak about myself. Not only am I educated, but I'm seasoned. I just celebrated my 12th great-grandchild. She's a month old, my 12th great-grandchild. So I'm not speaking by conjecture. I hold degrees. I'm traveled. I'm all those things. But why are you guys talking about the problem? Let's deal with the solution. First of all, brothers, listen, it's our job. The Bible says, men, live with your wives according to knowledge. Whatever's wrong with her, God put her with you. So you take the time to sit down and pray for her and cover her until her hard-headedness is broken. You can't break that spirit of hard-headedness. You can't break that American spirit she's been taught. But God can. Cover your family. Do your job. You talking about what they ain't doing. Are you doing your job? Let's deal with that first. Then I'm going to give you scripture, gentlemen. God gave man 7 things in scripture. Do you know what those 7 things are to be a covering to your queen? Call me up and I'll walk you through it. God gave woman 27 things. Can you teach her the 27 things that she needs to know? If we're going to always point fingers at them, understand this. The Bible said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Then it says, what is God which worketh in you to will and to do of his good pleasure? Am I here criticizing? No, I'm giving you the word. Because Velvet opened up this conversation about the Proverbs 31 woman. Why? Please let me help you understand this. Men in this country who talk about, I'm supposed to this and I'm supposed to that, and don't know what those 7 things are, then you're messing in your equipment as well. Now, understand this. The Proverbs 31 woman is not waiting on her husband to bring things to her. She's doing her part to bring it into the crib too. She's putting work in too. And whoever said it's 50-50, you're not talking scripture, brother. The Bible means it teaches 100%. You give 100%, she give 100%. Why? Because sometimes it's going to be 99-1. Sometimes it's going to be 60-40. Sometimes it's going to be 70-30. It's going to be a lot of things. Well, if you're committed to God unto death, then you got to be committed unto marriage unto death. Why? Man did not create salvation, and man did not create marriage. It was created by the source. His name is Yahweh, or God, as y'all teach it in English. So, brothers, here's why I'm upset. Man, these young women don't know. You know why? They've already divided our families. They've already tore our family down. It's up to the men on this line. You go make a difference in somebody else's life, and they'll go do the same thing. It's called apostolic succession. We won't even talk about prophetic succession. But know this, my brothers. As strong and as beautiful as I hear my brothers on this line, stop looking at the problem, become the solution. Am I making any sense?
No, you're making 100% sense, but you got to start with, but you got to detect the problem in order to fix the solution. In order to have the solution, you can't. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. I'll let you cook. No disrespect. But the thing is this: how can I fix something if I don't know what the problem is? So I got to see what the problem is in order to fix it first. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy to throw. Hold on, brother. I'll let you do your thing respectfully. No disrespect to you. But it's easy to sit here and throw scripture and say all those amazing, immaculate things. It's true. But you got to remember, there are so many people in these marriages and in these relationships that are living for the world. And some people don't even want to turn to scripture because they only want to turn to their what? To their own understanding. So at the end of the day, isn't it not our free will to live and move how we choose to live? So we can't pour scripture into people or tell people what we're supposed to be doing or telling men and women what we're supposed to be doing, because if we do, then what are we doing? Because how am I pouring into somebody telling them this if I'm not living that way? So we got to be careful how we move and how we say things to certain individuals. That's just my point.
I'm with you. No, Velvet,
Respectfully.
I'm with you. Velvet, I'm with you 100%. Peep game. See, it starts, watch this, simple place. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they agree? That word agree means in Hebrew means because. It first starts off when, watch this, until she understands what it means to listen to you and what it means for us to listen to them. Because watch this, we have something that they need and they have something that we need. But the system has divided us so bad. And I mean, I could go down meritorious manumission, Willie Lynch, Jim Crow, how the systems have divided us to where we can't even have a simple conversation between a brother and a sister. I'm with you. I deal with it every day. I pastor my own church. I feel y'all. I'm just saying a simple place. Watch this, real simple. Ephesians 5:20 says this: submit yourselves one to another in the fear of the Lord. What that really means is this: you got to find somebody that's connected to your destiny and your assignment. That's the first step. Second, we got to continue to be an example in the community because they tore us down, brother. I love this platform. I come on here to support. I'm not here to criticize, but I'm dealing with the problem from another lens, Velvet. See, why I love you so much, brother. You're fighting a good fight. Why these brothers on here, they fighting a good fight. Young women, right now today, they so lost, man. They don't know their butt from a hole in the ground. They really don't. But I can promise you this. Any of my daughters, they sound because I put the work in. My daughters is in their 40s and 30s. I put the work in. My sons is in their 40s and 50s. I put the work in. My grandchildren, I'm still spitting. I'm encouraging all my brothers. I don't care what the fight look like, brother. I got a dog in this fight. You know why? All my dogs on this line, I want to encourage you to help make a difference in something. Regardless, think of it this way. I think about my mama. And many years ago, she kept saying stuff. It got on my nerves. But guess what? Now I'm doing it. Even though I'm in my 70s, it took 20, 30, and 40 years to marinate in my failures to recognize that my mom and my father was teaching me something that benefits me. Why? It's the cycles of learning. I'm not here to criticize, but I'm showing you how the enemy has defeated us. Let me give you another nugget. I got a video called Dark Skin. It's about a 4-year-old baby that says she don't like her color. They've already programmed her at 4 years old of what she can't do. So we even though the odds are big, man, we can't lose with the stuff we use. He's greater than sin. He's greater than the problem. We're the solution of the problem. We're the answer because he holds us first accountable. And yes, there are going to be some that's going to miss it because they're hard-headed. They just don't want to learn, Velvet.
But that's the problem right there. So even if, but my brother, listen, I'm gonna say this, and you know, Bishop, I love what you're saying. Real talk, and I'm taking this to the heart. We can sit here all day as men and pour into these women and we'll be pouring into an empty cup because some of these women just don't get it. We can pray over these women all we want and pray over these women, but because of their discernment and how they choose to move, they will still keep the enemy in their pocket, regardless the fact of what we do as a man. So it has to be accountable on both sides. I hold men accountable just as much as I hold women accountable. It goes both ways. So we can Bible thump and throw scripture at a woman and smack upside the head with the Bible and put the Bible under her pillow and attach scriptures to it. But if she does not know how to follow, she can turn around and be like, I'm a Proverbs woman, but ain't living that Proverbs life. We can sit here and say, I'm a man of God, I do all this other stuff, but we are still doing things outside of his glory. On the regular.
Yeah.
On the regular.
Listen, I agree with you 100%, Bell. Peep game. I pastored my own church. So trust you me. I can still talk about my pedigree. All I'm saying is this: if out of 1 out of 100, 1 get changed out of 100, that's 1 out of 100. 2 out of 1,000, 6 out of 10,000. Whatever difference that God can use us, because it's God that's doing the work, not us. We just the vessels. But let me tell you something. When your light is shining, I'm drawn to your light, brother. You so cold, man. Listen, you give Ice Cube lessons, brother.
Listen, I want to say something to somebody real quick. Somebody said I think her name is Cajun39. She said, Velvet, come on. You're very difficult to do. I like to, come on, Ford, I got to do it. I'm very difficult to deal with this, clear for you to listen. No, my job, I'm not even going to tell you what I do on this platform. But obviously you're still here, so obviously it's something that you like. But listen, my brother, respectfully, Bishop, what you said was profound and it's 100% true. I can agree with you. I agree with you 100-fold. Everything you said, I agree with you 100% on how men and women should truly act when it comes to being married and in relationships, according to the Word of God. But we also have to look at it for what it truly is. A lot of people are not listening, or not studying, or not living, or not even married in the Word of God. They are married on their own accord. Like my brother said, they want the bells and whistles. They want the big weddings. They just want the big rock on their finger. They want all these things. They want a man that make sure that this brother got money. I want the big house. I want all these things. But the one thing they don't say is how many women can actually say, I want a man of God. I want to marry, Lord, I want to marry a man of God. How many men turn around and say, you know what, Lord, I want to marry a woman of God. I want that Proverbs woman. They don't. So we live in the real world. And in the real world, this is what happens. People marry based on looks. They marry based on accessibilities.
Position,
Hey,
power,
brother, can I say something real quick, respectfully?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
say something real quick. Young or old, we got to learn how to listen, right? Young or old, we got to learn how to listen and sometimes stop ruling like we living in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, times have changed and we got to learn how to sometimes, roll with the punches, so to speak, right? So basically, if I'm being repeated or if I said something, I want to be, quoted back the right way, right? So I want to piggyback on something the bishop said. So what I said is basically what you saying, but in a different way. Sometimes us men, we got to work harder, right? So nothing is 50-50. So I know that it ain't 50-50. Me as a man, all my life, if I've been in relationships, I know it wasn't 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we gotta learn to listen. You know what I'm saying? Instead of quoting or ruling with an iron fist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people don't take good to that. Us men, we don't listen sometimes, and I think that's why we fail as men, and we don't take accountability because we don't listen. But when we learn to listen, we can get taught.
Listen, I'm going to say this real quick, but I want to hear my brother because I know Rondell had a question. I want to say this, and this is 100% facts. Nobody, absolutely nobody, man or woman, gives 100% to each other.
Facts.
Nobody. In a relationship, in a marriage, you are not giving your spouse, you are not giving that woman, she is not giving that man 100% of her. There's always a percentage that you hold on for yourself. So here's the biggest thing, like I said before the other day. Are we not selfish? Yes, we are selfish. Selfish as hell. I'm not giving, we can sit it. I give you all of me. No, you're not. You're not giving me all of me. You're giving me a portion of what you think I deserve of you, and vice versa. Prove me wrong. Even the man and woman that's walking in Christ is still not giving her 100% of her, and that man is not giving him 100%. Come on. This is what we doing?
Speak on it.
If you want me to respond to that, Velvet, I can. But it's up to you.
Brother.
Hold on before we respond. Here's the one thing that most of us have to remember. It ain't our job to control everybody.
All we need to do is plant the seed, and then it's up to them to nurse it. We just need to plant that seed. You don't have to browbeat nobody down. You don't have to put them on the platform and dog them out and cuss them out. And if you got to put your hands on them, you don't need them in the first place. Plant the seed, and if they nourish it, then they're going to eat. If they don't, they're going to starve. So I hear people all the time talking about, T.O., you know the word, you're an ex-minister, yada, yada, yada. I do, but it ain't my job to beat you down about it. I'm supposed to just put that seed in there. It's up to you to go in and nourish it and read what you need and understand. Because you may interpret the Bible a little bit different than I do. But hopefully you'll get it the right way. All these men and all the women, we're trying to talk to them. We're planting seeds. If they take it and nourish from it, great. If they don't, and they look at us being simps, as they, you know, we hear that all the time, that's on you. Then you don't eat, you don't grow. Let's get that figured out. How do we build you? And you have to be confident in self first. You got to take responsibility for self first. When women say they want a man of God and then you get one, don't put him through hell. Same thing for men. When you get a woman and you want her of God, don't put him through hell. If you want to be married, both of you need to, and I don't like the word evenly yoked, you both need to understand who God is. You both need to understand, because he gives us choices. He gives us choices in so many ways. But stop wasting time trying to beat the person down. Plant the seed and move on. Because as a farmer, when we planted seeds, we didn't go back and pick them up. We put them down, we covered the ground, we watered, and we let it grow. That's what we're going to have to do with people. We're going to have to put the seeds in the ground, water them, and let them go.
Facts. And then God gives the increase. Yeah, and you know, the beauty of it, brother, is this. Each of us has to work out our own salvation. One of the most important things you have to deal with in life is self. Salvation forces you to deal with yourself. So if you don't give God 100%, God don't want 99.9. It's not just, see, the key is this. How committed are you to God? Not how committed are you to, see, because my relationship first is with him, then my queen and my family and myself and the church and so forth and so on. And as we grow in that order, one of the most beautiful things I've learned, Velvet, is this here. My sin don't rule me no more. My sin don't dictate to me no more. But the Lord has put the work in me, but I put the work in him. So yes, there are those who do give 100%, but knowing this, man, that 100% is required on a consistent basis, and God shows you where you're only giving 45 or 35. Because watch this, the word is a mirror and a reflection. It's a mirror of Jesus Christ through the reflection of our lives, and he holds me accountable to my responsibility in the covenant, because he's going to keep the covenant, but it's my part to keep the covenant with him in obedience. Now, the beauty of it is this. What you do in secret, God will reward you openly. Does that mean that you run around back and say, see, look what I did? No. When you see my fruit, you know what I did. When you see my character, when you see my witness. See, the one thing, what I'm drawing about Velvet is Velvet has an ability to deal with root causes, and this is why I get on this line and I push him. Because I know when I push him, I know what I'm going to get out of you, Joe. That brother from New York, that brother from the East Coast, I feel you, man. I'm from the Gold, but I grew up in the Caribbean. So, you know, I know what's talking about over here, you know, the Podius and the Trias. But the beauty of it is, all brothers, is that we continue to come together, find a solution. And if they take it, cool. Now, even Jesus gave them directions they didn't follow. All we can do is plant and let God water and give the increase. But keep doing what we're doing on this line, man. I'm loving it. Man, I feel you, Velvet. You know I ain't going to come here and disrespect you, brother. I can't do that. I got too much respect. But as an OG, you know, I'm going to throw a brick in the water and see where the waves go, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because all these people on the outside listening, it's going to be something that's going to take what's being said today. It's going to be something that's going to change by what's being said today. Why? Because we're talking about God's truth in a way you can take it or leave it. It's still there. It's going to be truth. I don't care whether you accept it, ignore it, receive it, and dance in it. Truth is still truth, but a lie is still a lie. And that's what people are doing right now. They're living by the lie, Velvet. They think about me. I'm all that in a bag of chips. You dumb as a box of rocks. You ain't got the education of a brick. But you so smart, you want everything laid out on a silver platter. Well, if you want me, you got to do this, you got to do that. What you bringing to the table? What you talking about? So when you start talking about that Proverbs 31:1,
I want to say this though. I love your OGs, but some of your OGs get a little long-winded. No disrespect. No disrespect. Nah, y'all good. But I want to say this. I like the fact that you threw a break in the water and made a little. You like the wave, but I throw tsunamis. So let me give you this tsunami real quick. What you said is 100% correct, but at the same time, like I said, not everybody gives 100%. Not everybody's gonna give 100%. Women that sit up here and lie and say, I give 100% of me. No, you don't. No, the heck you don't. But let me do this. Brother Rondell, you had a question. Good morning. Welcome in.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning.
Sorry for making you wait.
Now that y'all kicking this morning. No, you good. I've been married for 28 years. Yeah, my wife is like 5 years older than me. I've had 2 heart attacks, and it was based off of, the doctor said it was based off of stress. So after my second heart attack, what helped me the most in my marriage was I actually had to change my perspective and how I looked at things, or what I allowed to bother me, but it stems from, and Bishop, I heard everything you said, and like you say, I agree with probably 99.9% of it. And the Bible, or being a spiritual, or having that one accord is very, very important. But my question is, for you gentlemen, what I've learned is, when it comes to, I know in my marriage, what I sacrifice in our marriage just to keep peace, to have peace in my household, we're not in the sense of, where you can take a little conversation and it turns into she's listening to respond versus listening to understand what you were talking about earlier. And so a lot of times I know I'll either not say something or not do something just so I can keep peace, just so we can go to sleep happy, or go to sleep cuddling, versus having to start an argument where I know she's only going to give me her feelings and my feelings, or what I care about, or that's going to be pushed to the side because her feelings is what's going to be most important. So when we sacrifice when we do all the sacrificing to keep the peace in the house, do you guys have an idea, or what's the word? What are you willing? Like, what are you willing to sacrifice to keep the peace? Like, how much sacrifice can you do to keep the peace before it becomes an issue for yourself, or an issue for both of you?
First of all, I'm gonna say this. No. I'm gonna say this. If you got to sacrifice to keep the peace, and that's a problem in itself. Why I have to sacrifice something to keep the peace? If this woman don't know how to make me listen. I'm not sacrificing a damn thing, and excuse me for saying what I'm about to say. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna speak my mind. If I have to sacrifice anything to keep my peace, I might as well walk away. Because that's my peace in itself. If you can't give me peace, then guess what? Peace. I'm out. Bottom line, I'm not sitting there got to go through whatever to sacrifice to please somebody to get peace. No way in the world, bro. Ain't no way in the world. I gotta make sure that you right in order for me to get peace. Nah, I'm out. Deuces. There's your peace right there. So guess what? Now I got a peace of mind because now I can think clearly. I can feel a certain kind of way. I ain't got to sit through all that. If a man got to sacrifice something, there's something wrong. Brothers?
Listen. Well, you just said something with that, because here's the thing. Women say that men don't speak out. What you just said, Ron, is one of the reasons why women are saying things like that, because we don't express ourselves. We're going to have to find a good way of putting ourselves out there to get our feelings in these streets with them to understand. Then you have no more excuses about men don't listen, or he just shut down, or he's not talking. No, you need to find a safe place. She needs to give you a safe place that you can speak. If she does not give you a safe place, y'all need to figure that out, period. Because you don't suppress anything in your house. Suppression causes heart failure. Suppression causes ulcers. Suppressors cause things in your life to where it starts limiting you in your health. Don't let nobody put your health in danger where you got to suck all that crap in and absorb, because the woman ain't going to, she's not going to hold all that in. She's going to explode. But you got to find a better way to communicate with one another. If both of you are arguing, somebody has to be adult to cut the conversation off and pick it up at a later time. And I ain't talking about weeks from now. Bring the tension down to where you can hold conversation and you can truly talk to one another. Because there's no way that you should be demeaning your man or your woman by calling them out a name because there's a disagreement. Somebody needs to shut the F up for a minute and find a better way to communicate. Suppression is killing people every day. Unaliving people. Suppression causes people to unalive themselves. Damn suppression. Find a better way to do it. There's got to be a communication gap that's bridged to where you're both comfortable and easy to talk to. Plain landed.
I'm going to say something. See, we always have that one individual in the comments that always talk about what a man is, how he's this, that, and the third. But the funny part is these are the most saddest, unhealthy, unhappy women. They got skipped over by so many men. But they laid down and opened their legs to so many men. And then they want to get mad. They want to come on platforms like this where brothers are just expressing themselves and speaking freely. And they want to come with that hurt analogies, and then they want to try to talk about how, we're deflecting, we're not listening, you're not a godly husband, this, that, and the third, especially if you don't know a person. At the end of the day, whatever your number is, 397, where's your man at? Do you even have a man? You probably lonely. Or you probably one of them chicks that just give up the box freely, and then you expect a man to pour into you, and all he's pouring into you is, you know what I mean, y'all. Do I really got to say it?
Chill.
She hurt, bro. That's what I'm saying. They here's the thing. Never had a man that loved her before. Don't even know what a real man looks like. Never even had a I don't take it easy. Velvet don't take it easy on nobody. This is what they want. They're going to get this work. At the end of the day, the sad part about it is when some of these women come up here and they try to match a man's energy, because why? Because they can't speak like that to their man because their man is too busy doing somebody else. So now you mad because your man is out there smashing another woman because you're not worthy. You got to forget, I'm happily married, sweetheart. My wife loves me and I'm in love with her. That's why you don't have nobody that loves you like that. You never had a man that pour into you.
Say it for the people in the back. I didn't hear you. I'm back here.
I'm going to say that again. You never had a man pour into you. So when you hear brothers speak, you don't know how to deal with it. It hurts. It hurts. You know what the beauty of it is, gentlemen? This is what I love. It hurts some of these broken women to hear men speak the way that we speak. It hurts them. Do you know why? Because they never had it before. And the women that get it are the ones that are here and understand what we're talking about. But the ones that don't get it, because the ones that always try to backtalk and backslash a man and think that they was better than a man and always say this, that, and the third, those are the ones that don't get it. So they got to come and try to say, you deflecting, this, that, and the third. Nah, sweetheart, it is you. You came from a hurt place. You came from a hurt place because every dude that you dealt with dogged your behind out. He don't love you for your man is on it. Your man don't love you for no mountain time. Stop playing. Because the same way you talk to me, you probably talk to your man like that. Baby, why you deflecting? I can't believe you gaslighting. I can hear you saying that. You probably don't even respect your man. Or, I'm going to put it like this. Your man probably ain't even a man. You probably run all over him. You probably tell him what to do. You probably dictate in your house and he doesn't even know how to dictate.
I definitely,
Did I just say that?
You tripping me out, bruh. Hey, look, yeah, Unc Ad-libs be taking me out. He just be coming off mute, be saying the craziest. Listen, so I want to respond to the gentleman down at the bottom. What's his name? Rondell? That's his name? So
Yes, sir.
hey, so I kind of hear yourself. I kind of hear me, in yourself. You know what I mean? Like when you speak. Me personally, I experienced a massive heart attack as well in a relationship that I got out of 13 years. You know what I mean? I was in a relationship for 13 years. That was my first marriage. And yeah, stress definitely would cause, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And my mom told me one day, and my aunt told me the same thing: God don't bless a toxic household. You understand? So he will take you through different things to try to get you to realize that this just ain't for you. You know what I mean? Yes, you've been married to that queen for 28 years, but if she gonna sacrifice her peace for you, I go back to what I was saying, that we have to work extra hard as men. And to hear you say that you rather not express yourself and the cuddle, the things that run through your mind when you holding that woman at night, you ain't really happy. But you can't tell her that because you don't want to start a forest fire in your house. You understand? Sometimes you need to get that out, you understand, to be healthy and at peace with yourself. You know what I mean? I'll land my plane.
Okay, let me go back to this woman again. I'm loving this. First of all,
go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. It's work time. I gotta give this work time.
Go ahead, Velvet.
First of all, let me explain something to you. When it comes to control, there is no such thing as control in a marriage or in a relationship. Matter of fact, there's no such thing as control in a marriage. See, what I do is I can yield to my wife when need to be yielded, and vice versa. That's called me being submissive to my wife and her to me. Of course, that's something that you probably don't have in your household because you probably don't even know what that means. Let's just be real. That's number one. I can't, babe. You know I can't stay out the comments. I gotta. Sometimes they gotta hear it. At the end of the day, I know you do, babe. But listen, ain't we a team? You do the comments. We a tag team. That's what we do. You slap me, boom. I come in the ring. I get it in. All right, I'm gonna let you. All right, baby. See, now this is called me yielding to my wife. I understand, sweetheart, and you got it. Let's move on, gentlemen.
I had you for a second, y'all, but I had you for a second. I said, me and my Bronx brother locked eye to eye, and I told him without saying a word. But then that Rottweiler or pit bull or whatever dog you want to call him, I couldn't hold him, so he had to go to his wife at this point. Thank you, Sister Rain. I tried. I had him for about 5 minutes. And I couldn't hold him no longer.
Listen, this is why sometimes when I'm hosting my own lives, I let the moderators do exactly what they need to do, moderate. Because it takes us out of the discussion of what we're really having. That's what the devil is designed to do. He's designed to come in and to infiltrate and cause a problem when truth is being put out here. But everybody doesn't want to know the truth. You know, we're talking about godly men and godly women and knowing the word. The devil knows the word too. He knows how to plant those seeds and allow it to move a certain way too. But it's up to you to have discernment of, as they say by the word, Bishop, if I may say, or he's gone, try the spirit by the spirit. You've got to let people be who they're going to be. We can come on here 7 days a week, Velvet, and we can spit out what we know, what we understand. You're going to still have those one or two people want to come in and ridicule because they woke up on the wrong side of the bed with somebody or somebody wasn't in the bed with them. Regardless of what we got going on, we could have the happiest marriage or the loneliest marriage in here. But somebody's got to come in and try to throw salt in the game to say, no, these men are not right. They're all unhappy. Are they even married? They probably gay. You have no idea. That's what the devil's supposed to do. So what we're going to do is stay on point and keep talking about what we're talking about for those that want to listen. Because, see, I learn something new every day coming in talking to so many different brothers. I'm 57 years old. I'm an old dog, but I'm not too old to still learn. We have to make sure that everybody knows what we're putting out and stand our ground on and stand 10 toes down about what you say. Now, if you say it outside, out the box, the bro's gonna come in, they're gonna jump into your butt about it because you're wrong. We're gonna reel you back in because we don't want no bad stuff put out here. Again, I have to go back to what Velvet and Ford has always said. If this is not for you, if we are not your cup of tea, find another drink. We're simply a group of men coming together to express our concerns about different things, our experiences about different things. Some of us are married, some of us are single. Just because you're single doesn't mean you haven't been into a relationship and don't understand the responsibilities of a relationship. Let's stop trying to go against everything what everybody else says. If it's good for you, take it in and hold on to it. If not, let it go in and come out the other ear. Mind your business. Let me land this plane because I'm trying not to get on this soapbox too deep on it. But I'm out here reading the comments. And when I see people like that, that lets me know that somebody didn't tell you they love you today or you didn't get a hug. And you feeling some kind of way because we got a lot of stuff going on. That's male or female. When people start coming in causing disruption, I have to ask myself, did they get a hug or did somebody or nobody told them that they love them? So I'm landing right there.
No, that's the part.
Hey, Velvet, let me just say this real quick, please, because I don't know if y'all getting the wrong idea in the comments, but we all speaking facts in our own way up here. I will drop from this panel right now. I do not want to be singled out. Do not do that in the comments. And we spoke about that as brothers the other day, that women will divide us, you understand, and single out, you know what I mean, a certain person because you want to divide, you know what I'm saying? I will drop from this panel right now.
You ain't got
these brothers speak.
Nope, you ain't got listen. That's the division right there. You see what you just said? By you dropping would show that she had divided. Listen.
No, I get it, brother. I get it. This is your domain. Listen, we all speaking facts in our own way. You understand? Whether how you take it from every individual is how you take it. You understand? It's how you take it. But all of them, I love all of these people up here. All of these people up here speaking facts in their own way. We can agree to disagree down in the comments, but please, women, don't divide us.
It's not woman, it's a woman. But let me say this real quick, lady. Let me tell you real something. Go ahead, brother Ford. Please.
Number one, with all due respect, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't dropping nowhere. It's not gonna happen. You here, you covered with your brothers here. That's what brotherhood's about. You're not going nowhere. We are not allowing nobody to divide nobody up here. They can have any opinion that they want. They can try to single anybody out that they want. It don't matter. We can only be divided if we allow them to do that. It's not gonna happen. So don't ever listen. I love you, brother. Don't ever say I'll drop. Not next to me.
Because I'm gonna pick.
When I yank your ass back up, you may land a little hard. I'll rub your shoulder real quick, and we gonna keep it moving. But you're not dropping, brother.
And let me say this: it's one woman, she don't even matter. You know why? Because this is the whole point. If you can cause division, try to cause division here. Imagine the division that she caused in her house and in her family, and in her life. She has too much chaos. You know what I'm saying? You know they say hurt people, misery loves company. But guess what? We are all up here living comfortably. That's the problem. She is too miserable in her own stance.
Do me a favor, though. Let me say this. Put me on a big screen for a second. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. Big screen for a second. Can I say something real quick? Go ahead.
The only way a woman let me say this real quick. The only way a woman is coming up here is if she got a question. If you don't have a question, please do not come up and try to insert yourself in a man. No disrespect to none of you sisters. But if you got a question, you're more than welcome to come up. But if you're just coming up here to be like, yeah, you guys are right, then we already know that we're right. Thank you, and we respectfully. Thank you. But come on, Unc, then I'll put you in the big box for it.
Yeah, no, real quick. I want you to understand something real quick because it's already been said. Brother T.O. said it. We just have to pay attention to it ourselves and let it fly, as well as those who are listening for understanding and getting some information from some free gems in the chat have to listen also. This is a complete automatic. This is a very complete as well as defined attack. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got nothing else to do but to be in our chat to keep repeating yourself, What are you there for? Like, we don't have to keep telling you without being disrespectful. If this ain't what you want to do, then don't do it. But for us to keep addressing it, we getting back off task of what we trying to do. We were having fun. People come in this conversation and don't even know the whole flavor of the conversation, making comments. We're not worried about that. We're talking to people who want to hear what we have to say. And if you don't want to hear what we have to say, that's okay. But here's what we're not going to keep doing is addressing the foolishness.
Respectfully, you know what? Yeah, so let's leave it where it's at. I don't even want to address it no more because we said what we said, and guess what? Boom, the person is gone. So let's move forward, fellas. Where we at? Because we got come on, big boy. Come on, D Ford. You want to be in the big box? I'm put big.
I'm doing that for a reason.
Let me put Big Brother in the big box. I'm put Big Brother in the big box. Hey.
All right, y'all know what it is. X all day, baby. I don't wear this for sport. I wear this because it's just religion and culture from where I'm from. So the word love was mentioned today, and everybody that knows me and that follows me or come across my videos, it's all about Wednesday. Today is the love day. I've always proclaimed that today is Wednesday. Tell them you love him Wednesday, and your brother Daddy Ford loves you. If nobody told you today, I'm telling you today that I love you. Reason why Brother Bell asked you to put me in a big box is I'm a grown man, and to be amongst grown men, it's so important because so many years you look at it a little differently as men. You know, like you too rough and you too tough to have that love. And like, I mean, you love your dude from the block, but like, you know, you all that talking and nah, we just didn't do that because we was faking the funk, portraying something it wasn't, taught wrong, or whatever the situation there is. Thank you so much, everybody. I was hesitant. I was in the chats a while before I came up today. And the reason why is because, so many people say twins with me and Velvet. I hear that all the time. I was a little hesitant to come up here today because today, 31 years ago, I walked into true manhood. I came home from hanging out and I found out that my mother was gone. Today, 31 years ago. And tears are coming out my eyes, right? It's emotional. Yesterday, my best friend died 40 years ago. 1 week from now, my son is 4 years. And yesterday, I got a call yesterday from my son's former boss. She said, I know your son's death anniversary is coming up. And I wasn't able to make it because of COVID then. It was in 2021. And she said, where is he buried at? Because I want to go see him. I'm coming to New York. And I said, the last time I saw my son, I just said to him, and it was no reason because I didn't know he was going to pass. I said to him, you know, son, if you die before me, I'm going to cremate you and keep you here with me. And when I die, I'm going to put you in a casket with me. So that means that we will always be together. Because I raised my son from day one. When his mother jetted out, I didn't have no time for courts. I didn't have no time for child support. The bottom line has got to be done. My mother didn't chase my father for nothing. The job got to be done, and it's going to get done to the best of my ability. And I'm glad that I came here today because the strength that I need came from these brothers at this juncture of the day. I have to now go to my mom's crib. The lady who I call my mother was my best friend's mother. When my best friend died, I started calling her aunt. When my mother died, I started calling her mom. I've been calling her mom for 31 years. So the importance of room and brothers, it goes deeper than just asking questions or getting questions answered. It goes as deep into getting your strength and your energy when it's low, when you are low. Think about losing your best friend, your mother, and your son in an 8-day period. And 3 weeks prior, my biological father died. He died November 16th, my son died December 10th. 3 weeks on bereavement with my father, then my son dies. So I just want everybody to understand, when you come across rooms where you don't hear the nonsense, you don't hear the profanity, or if you do hear it, brothers will excuse themselves. These rooms are important. There are plenty of other rooms that you can go to that's about that nonsense. Why would you come into a room where brothers are trying to give it out? We are hard on each other. We are hard on each other. And this is Relevant Show, and if he says something that I think is incorrect, he knows I'm a challenger. But I'm not challenging him to outshine him. I'm challenging because I come from a different thought. Give me some more, brother. And he does the same to me. And we all do the same to each other. We have laughter. We have fun. So please, remember, today, as a matter of fact, I'm going to get him right now. I'm going to get my son right now for you. I want everybody to see him on Wednesday. This is my son here. Saquon Ford. He will always be with me. I told him that. God is good. To be able to say something that you had no idea. Think about it. If you die before me, this is what I'm going to do for you. And he said, Dad, that idea is hot. Dad, I love that, Dad. That was the last time I saw my son. And then to have his boss call me and tell me what an amazing man your son was. You raised an amazing young man. So, of course, I was on the phone, and after that, it was rough. It was rough. So, Velvet, Infinity, Stay, Mr. Ford, Brother Ford, T.O., Rondo. Thank you, brothers. Being in this space helps me. It helps me. Because I'm going to have to go. My mother is buried in Woodlawn. She's buried in Woodlawn, right along the Bronx River Parkway. She's at the top of the mausoleum. So I'm just going to stress to everyone, just be kind. And remember the golden rule. Everybody was taught this. Everybody was taught this from everybody who's living can say they've heard this. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. And that's going to squash a lot of unnecessary nonsense. Thank you, Brother Velvet. I appreciate you. Take me down.
No doubt, I got you, brother. I got you. How I do that? See, now you got me all jacked up. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was heavy, bro. I do want to say something, though, real quick. And no, ain't nobody piggybacking off of that. Letting y'all know right now. Because right now, the brother's going through something, and I feel your pain. A lot of time we forget, what we be walking through, and sometimes we take, a lot of people take things for granted, such as people that we lost. And the sad part about it is we sit there and we be like, okay, I lost this person, and we go through pain for a day or two. The next thing you know, we just move on, and it's like that in our communities with people that we lost, like people that we call true friends, and this, that, and the third, or even loved ones in our family. We only want to remember them when we want to remember them, but then we go and live our lives. I think it's foul, to be honest. If I lost somebody, trust and believe, I lost my mom, hands down. But guess what? I still think about my mother, especially when holidays come. I think about my mother. Sometimes I even sit back and think of whether she's speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? With certain things I'm doing. My brother, who I lost, who I was real close to, because I'm the youngest male in my family. So I had two older brothers. But the middle brother was the one that kept the family glued together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always got to remember, there's always that one person in our family that keeps the glue together. But we got to be strong for them, and we got to be able to move for them and let them know we can express our emotions. I know it hurts, but at the end of the day, we have to show them, like, look, everything that you have installed in me, everything that you have done, I still remember, and we have to keep those memories alive. That's the most important thing. Keeping the memories alive. Don't let the memories die with them. It's hard. It's hard, and I know it is. And my condolences to you, my brother. Real talk. Real talk. Straight up and down. I know you're going through it, and I know the emotional part. But at the end of the day, at the same token, they still want you to be strong for them, because you still have a purpose here. As long as we got air in our lungs, we still have a purpose, and that means that, guess what? They did their job, but your job isn't done. That's why I always say on this app, and I tell my sister, and I tell my wife, and I tell my brothers, we still got work to do. There's work that we still got to do. We still got to put in this work. We still got to teach some of these knucklehead women and some of these chicks that don't get it, where us men come from and how we move. We got to let them know. Like, listen, you didn't hear certain things. There's certain things that we're going to say as men that you haven't heard before, and you're going to get in your feelings. But guess what? Get in your feelings, because you need to get this work. Brothers need to keep continuing putting in that work to some of these women, because guess what? They need to hear the truth. They need it hard. They ain't never have a man talk to them the way that we talk to them. They never have a man talk to them the way I talk to them. They so used to brothers sitting there coddling and simping on them and telling them and sitting in these doggone platforms with some of these women that are dogging brothers out, and they sitting there agreeing with them. Why are you agreeing with a woman that's sitting there dogging you out, talking about men? Nigga, you a man. But you want to sit there and agree. Are you serious? Is that not a form of simping? Come on. The sad part about it is, when it comes to us as brothers, I love what we do here. I love that we don't sugarcoat nothing. We tell it like a TI is. If they don't like it, oh well. But guess what? You know, they said a hard head make a soft ass, but I'm not giving those soft blows. Everything I'm going to do to some of you sisters, it got to hit y'all. We got to come. We got to thump it. Because that way, when you walk with a certain type of man, or you engage with a certain type of man, you know, listen, I heard this on Jones. He said this. I heard Brother Ford say this. I heard Liddy say this. I heard Unk say this. I heard T.O. say this. I heard 757 say this. Dag, now I see what they talking about when it comes to these men that we be so-called trying to get with. This is what we do here. We are sitting there basically giving you information about how some of these brothers move, and some of these women want to sit here and deflect it. Nah. And this is the reason why y'all still lonely. This is the reason why you're still ran through. This is the reason why you're still becoming baby mothers. This is the reason why no man want to marry you. This is the reason why dudes look down on you. This is the reason why men talk about you. This is the reason why your girlfriends dog you out. And then they sit there and get the man that you claiming that you want. But you want to sit there and you want to be seen. You want to wear these outfits and look a certain type of way, and then get mad when the wrong dude comes and holler at you. Make it make sense. If you are a hurt person, guess what? Sometimes a hurt person can get healed by some of the things that we say. Your healing can come from some of the stuff that we are actually trying to help y'all out with. I'm not saying we know everything, but we men. So we can only come from a man's perspective. Bottom line, How can you be a woman and want to interject in something that a man does and you're not even a man? But you want to give your two, well, men need to be this, men need to be that. No, what you need to start saying is a woman needs to be like this. A woman needs to be that. Because now when you're sitting there trying to tell me what I am, you are interjecting with me. You are trying to match my energy. Make it make sense. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Listen, I want to say this real quick. For every lady, I can't tell you, and I got to excuse me for what I'm about to say. I can't tell you shit about a woman. I can only tell you my experiences from dealing with women. And ladies, you can't tell us nothing about men because you don't carry what we carry. You're living your life based on your experiences with men. We are all completely different. But I want to lighten the mood for a minute because Big Sister Rain said, it was getting a little heated in here. A stuttering man should not work in the drive-thru. Take that.
That's what we doing right now.
Or deny one operating center. Or deny one operating center.
Because what's going to happen is you're going to get in and you're going to give your order. He's going to be, let me, you won't it, number one. And Lord. That had to be 12. No, Rudy, go get on the grill. Get out the drive-thru.
Listen. Well, here's the beauty of how many people walk into these stuttering relationships and have stuttering marriages. I'll wait. You hit it right. I love that and that, and I have to use it. We have so many people walking into these stuttering relationships and stuttering marriages, which is crazy.
That was a smooth transition. Why his name got to be Rudy, though? So you're killing me, man.
Rudy took me out.
Listen, it's bad business, but it's bad work. But this is where we at, y'all. This is where we at as men. We got it. Like I said, our fight is not even. And the sad part is, it's not a fight against women. We're not fighting against y'all. But some of y'all feel attacked by some of the things that we say. Now, let me just say this. Let me rephrase that. A lot of women feel attacked by some of the things before my approach for the way I say it. And I take responsibility because I love the way I say stuff. Now, I can say something and y'all be like, oh, you don't get it. But then Brother Ford would say something. D Ford would say something. 757 would say something. Uncle say something. T.O. would say something. Liddy would say something. And y'all be like, oh, I understand. But guess what? It's the same damn thing I said. The problem I have is this: we have too many women, too many of these women that would try to tone police a man. Stop trying to tone police us. Stop trying to run us. Stop trying to tell us what we need to do if you're not doing it. Stop trying to tell us how we're supposed to move if you're not even moving correctly. Because the moment you tell us something and we tell your baby, I don't want you wearing that, and you get in your feelings and you're trying to tell me this, that, and the third. And another thing, this ladies, stop trying to walk into these relationships and marriages like you independent. You are not independent if you married. You can no longer live a single woman's life if you are married. But you expect your man to yield and do all these things, but you still want to be that single type of woman. And let me tell you another thing. Stop walking around and talking about I'm dressing for me. You are not. You are dressing for the doggone world. Especially if you married and you still walk around with cleavage and all that stuff showing. You ain't doing it for your husband. You about to get your husband set up. You talking about I'm wearing, and fellas, men, some of you brothers, stop allowing your women to walk outside like she a 304, like you selling her. Your woman should not be wearing skirts past her damn knees. Them things should not be skin tight. Bottom line. She should not be walking around with jackets and shirts on with the thing all the way down here. Showing some of her boobs, but that's your woman. But you walking with her. And then you get mad when you wonder why brothers is gawking and looking. And you got these dudes eye-sexing your woman. They already slept with your women had your women about 15, 16 different positions because the way she dressed. And ladies, have some discernment about yourselves. You got these brothers looking at you, gawking at you, and you thinking, oh, I'm sexy. First of all, a sexy woman does not have to dress a certain type of way to clothes. You know what a sexy woman is? A sexy woman that knows how to carry herself well. That's sexy. A sexy woman is the type of woman that'll make that brother stop and be like, yo, shorty got class. Because class is sexy to me. Elegance is sexy to me. Knowing how to carry yourself, maturity, is sexy to me. Because you got on them stilettos and you ain't got no stockings on, and some of y'all can't even walk in them damn shoes, your feet be hurting. And then you sitting there, you got to keep every time you got to keep pulling down your dress. Then you got your whole back out. And you think that you look good and you're trying to walk and you want to stand in front of the crowd because guess what? This is me. That ain't sexy. That's screaming, guess what? Come get me. I'm easy. And some of y'all may not think you're easy, but here's the funny part. When that Rock Hudson, when that Mr. Dude come and pull up on you, you change your whole attitude. You change your whole perspective. Y'all don't know what sexy is. Y'all think y'all look sexy because of what you tell yourself. I look good. I'm a bad bitch.
Listen, stop dressing for your friends. Let me say that, men and women. But ladies, stop dressing for your friends. Because some of y'all wear pumps that you shouldn't be wearing. You should have them spring-loaded. Because some of them are too heavy for these pumps that you want to be little big girls in. Stop trying to dress according to society. Dress according to you. I'm just saying. And I saw a comment and somebody was saying, I'm not going to call a name. Somebody was saying that they don't want to be in a relationship for lies like this. Sometimes these lies like this are going to help. We're going to help bring you to a place where you understand a lot more, because you're going to look at men differently, because you've got 9 different men in here right now that are speaking so different. Every man is not the same. You have to have a discernment about the man that you want to be with. But first of all, going back to being the bishop for a minute since he's here, the Bible says a man find the wife, find the good thing, not a woman out here looking for a man. That's the first rule of thought. You got to stop being out here chasing everything. The internet is messing some of y'all up big time. You figure you got to be out here dressing and doing this and picture that. But if your man was out here doing the same thing, pimping on the low, got his nice tight medium shirts on and doing the same thing, or showing off his nut package, because he's got his too tight jeans on, what I'm saying to you is you wouldn't like that at all. And you think we out here simping or tricking for the women. Give the respect. Give the respect. I'm just saying, too many times I go into lives and the first thing I see is cleavage and you look handsome as hell. Everybody don't want to see that. Yeah, I said it. No. You go in some of these lives and some of these women in here dressed with certain things on, and I mean, you got all the goods going on, but damn, you are handsome as hell. Your lineup just like mine. So everybody don't need to see everything that you are wearing. Come on now. Be persistent in what you do, but show some character. Show some real character about it, because they say sex sells. Sex leads you down the wrong path every time. You got to figure out. I just told y'all, some of y'all in the back didn't hear it. The devil is designed to come in and deceive and set you up for failure. And he knows that if sex is your spirit and is deep in your spirit, he's going to set you in one of those rooms to where you got one of them handsome chicks with all their sickness out. You ain't looking at the face, you looking at the goods. And next thing you know, you're going to wake up and, damn, I done went to bed with Rudy, for real. Stop playing, people. Let's do something different. Let's do something different. Ladies, there's a man for you that are single. Men, there's a woman for you. But God has got a design. You got to check yourself first so he can open your hearts up to place you in the limelight to where you both will find each other. Because a man that loves God and searches for God in the way that they truly do, he's going to love that woman the same when he finds her. Come on now.
No,
let's be a man. Let me lay.
No. You better keep laying down the law. This is what we do over here. You good?
Because it's crazy. I'm looking at comments. People are coming in and I can read the comments because I'm not the host. We don't want the host to read. But I get tired of people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be in a relationship because I'm not this, and this live makes me feel this kind of way." No, the truth hurts, and it is slapping you dead in the face. It is hitting you in the face just like a manhole cover to the head. You've got to search within yourself, because we've said it before. If it don't apply, let it fly. You've got to take care of you first. You've got to learn to love yourself first. You got to learn to give respect to yourself first before you can expect somebody to give respect to you. If you have no respect for yourself, how do you expect other people to respect you? I'm just saying, I'm just laying it out here on the line because I've been in a few lives and I don't like going on lives at night for this reason right here. Because you come in and all the gentlemen on here have beards. A lot of women come in and they see and they be like, "Ooh, what that beard do?" Not a damn thing. And they sit next to my wife. Not a damn thing. It sits right here on my face. What I'm saying to most of y'all is pick your battles. Sometimes you put yourself in a conflict that you don't even need to be in. But you like the conflict. You like the bruises. You like the cuts. You like the bullet holes. You like all of that's involved in it. Because when you get something that's simple to where it doesn't cause you any bodily harm and the mental incapacities, you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to deal with a happy life. Some people love life with chaos in it. If you don't have chaos in it, if you're not yelling at her the way she's used to it, you don't love her. If she ain't out here tricking and stripping and wearing certain clothes out in the streets and to make you look good, she don't love you. Nigga, stop lying to yourself. You don't love yourself.
Come on, T. Come on, T. You better teach right now, boy.
You don't love yourself. The first thing you need to do.
Put that man on the big box, please.
He ain't got his camera on.
Don't worry about it. Listen, the first thing you need to do every morning when you get up and you brushing that dragon out of your mouth is to look in the mirror and say, "I love me," before you do anything else, whether you're married or not. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love your mate. If you don't love yourself, God ain't going to allow nobody to really come in your life to teach you anything or want to be with you, because you are so self-inflicted with pain and remorse. And you are not healing yourself. Quit going into these lives with all these single-ass people. Excuse my French again, Velvet. With all these single-ass people, and all of y'all want to ride the same damn boat and you're just rolling in a circle. Ain't nobody rowing. Y'all just out there floating. Let the current carry you wherever you go. You're letting the current carry you to hell. Work as a team. Find a team network. I tell you what, all of us can get in the boat right now. All of these men that are in this live, on this panel, could get in the boat right now, and I guarantee you all of us are going to row in the same capacity as the person that's in the front, the same capacity for the person that's in the back. We're going to get somewhere. When it's time to turn left, we're going to turn left. When it's time to turn right, we're going to turn right. But if you got somebody rowing in the rear and all of us are rowing forward, we're not going to get to our destination. Leave the bull in the past. Stop driving in your car, looking in the rearview mirrors instead of watching the big picture of life, because you're going to run into something that you did not expect, and it's going to take you out. Pay attention. Go. The best thing that I can say is people talk about a good book all the time. Some people like the book, some people don't. But if that book did you justice, you're going to go and read that book again, just like people watch movies. They've seen the movie The Wiz, or they've seen the movie Training Days. Yeah, they've seen it, but guess what? They'll go back and watch it again because they're going to see something different on it. Life is different every day. You're not going to wake up the same. We change every day. Find you a good space. We're going to land this plane and we're going to sit down because I don't want Big Brother to mute me because I know I got long-winded.
You don't hear me complaining? Listen, I want to boy. T.O. Woods, y'all. T.O. Woods in the building. I want to say something though. I love what you said. Listen, I love what you said. Hands down. it's almost like saying, and here's a question. There's two questions, because I know somebody asked a question in the chat about cheating. Can you get over cheating? Well, you can. It's two things. Let me say this real quick. You can get over a person that cheated, but you can't get over a cheater. There you go. There's your answer. Simple. You can get over somebody that cheated, but you can't get over a cheater, with somebody that's consistently cheating. Bottom line, there's your answer. I want to say this. What you said was very profound, but here's the thing, and answer me this, gentlemen. Why are people still dating in the same pool?
That's what they're familiar with. That's whether good, bad, right, or indifferent, that's their comfortability. And it's very difficult for anybody on any situation, but we just happen to be speaking about what you're saying. You're going to be a fish out of water when you go to a different pond. You're not going to know how to bait this one or bait that one. So you stay in the same place and complain about the same thing, but you're not going to go somewhere else because you're unfamiliar with it. And then it's going to teach you a lot about yourself. How great is your resolve? How much are you willing to put in? How much can you overcome? Do you have enough faith in yourself to make it the way you make it in that dirty cesspool? That's why a lot of brothers don't do it.
Well,
a lot of them don't do it. A lot of brothers don't do it because they like swimming butt naked. They don't want to swim with bathing suits on in a respectable place. A lot of them like swimming butt, booty, ball naked, versus having to put some clothes on and be decent and in order. I gotta respond to that, Daddy Ford. They get too comfortable. They get too comfortable being in the same spot because, you know, if you swim with the same fish, you're going to keep throwing it back in, picking up the same fish because they all congregate together. But if you take that fish out the pool, you know, and you take it home and you get your nourishment from it, you're going to be a better fisherman. God said he'll make you fishers of men. So why are we swimming in a cesspool? You don't find nutrition in a cesspool. You don't find your needs in a cesspool. When you go fishing in these waters, you're out in open waters or you're in a creek. You're doing what you got to do. Sometimes we got to remove ourselves from these tainted waters and find a different pool to swim in.
No, I'm going to say this. It's better. See, here's the thing. So I have a different analogy when it comes to that. Sometimes I look at it like this. When it comes to that, people be in the pools because, like, a lot of people say it's comfortable. No, I say this: you all just dating the same type of people. You all just recycling the same type of person that you dealt with. The person outer court may have changed, but guess what? You were still dealing with the same person because you're still messing with the same pool. That's why I say this: when you really want to find somebody, I look at it like this: instead of dating to the same pool, start dating in the ocean. You know why? Because if a man's trying to find you, he got to go through so much sand just to get to that water. If I'm at a pool, you right there. It's easy to find you. Brother, you ain't gonna be sitting up here smacking. It ain't. You know what? We gonna fight. Yo, Ford, get your Ford, bro. Get your Ford, bro. All I hear is, yo, brother's wild, yo. But nah.
It's like me watching a silverback gorilla eating some celery.
Yo, you gotta love him. Yo, you gotta love him.
Not McGill gorilla eating sandwiches.
Yo. But nah, seriously though, bro, we gotta look at it when it comes to dating. What's up, Pulse? What's up, my brother? Welcome in. When it comes to dating, I think people need to start moving, making it a little bit more. I'm not gonna say difficult, but to find the right person, you got to go through the sand. You feel what I'm saying? Because sand, you can't just run on sand. Sand weighs you down. It'll weigh you down, but it actually makes you want to stop and walk. Because when we start rushing into these relationships, we wind up finding that we wind up being with the wrong person. But when we take our times and we actually start walking, and I'm talking about us as men, when we actually start walking and we can actually see the right woman. We can actually see the beauty in the person that we truly trying to seek, instead of running past the person that we're supposed to be with because we're moving so fast that we're missing it. You see what I'm saying? Is that's how some people want to live life. They live life by moving so fast that they missing all the, like, didn't Bruce Lee say it? And Into the Dragon, what did he say in Into the Dragon? You don't remember? So if y'all don't remember, I ain't telling y'all.
You talking about in the beginning? You talking about in the beginning when he was saying something about be like water or something like that? Was that it?
Not the water one. When he was talking, when he Into the Dragon, when he was training a young boy.
Talking about emotional content. Emotional content. Yeah, that's right. Emotional content. Not to be angry. We need emotional content.
And that right there is what a lot of us don't have. We don't have emotional content. We move so quick that we pass everything. And like he said, you will miss all of that heavenly glory because we miss it. We miss it. Listen, think about how many women that we have walked past and ran past as men and didn't even realize we done ran past our wife. Ran past our wife.
It's crazy, bro. Not to interrupt you. I said this to my wife so many times. If you go to a museum or art gallery, you go somewhere and you look long enough, knowing us as humans, we'll find something we think could have been better. But like you said, we'll miss that heavenly glory. You'll miss looking at the big picture where if you just step back and appreciate what it is you see, you'll see the beauty in it. And I think just hearing what Brother D4 shared earlier, man, and I know that hit all of us, I think that's even more reason why a woman has to be a wife before she meets her husband. I do believe there's certain things we have to teach our wives and vice versa to acquiesce to each other, to adapt and to acclimate each other, to kind of be better for each other. But just seeing him take his arm off for us, and I appreciate that again, big brother. That was powerful. That's even more reason why I think a lot of women and men, we got to think about that when we're out here in this world. You don't know what battles somebody's face. You don't know what scars they have behind their armor. And the only time we really can take our armor off vulnerably and comfortably is with our loved ones, whether it be our brothers, whether it be our wife, our children, our family. So at the end of the day, just knowing or not knowing what somebody's going through, not knowing the wars that somebody's face, that's even more reason to have yourself built up because you don't know what you might have to help them carry. And people look at that as a burden, but it's like they're helping you carry something as well. It's not just you helping them. It's not just one-sided, but shouldn't they have somebody to help them the same way you want someone to help you?
You know what? I'm going to tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4, I hate all y'all. I hate y'all fellas, but I love y'all. You know why? Because I love to hate y'all and I hate to love y'all. But I can't stand y'all. And we ain't friends. I ain't none of y'all friends no more. We done. I ain't your friend. 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 I'm done with y'all.
So don't be mad at me.
No, hold up. I'm not your friends no more. You know why? Because I transitioned to brothers. My friendship is no longer with y'all, but my brotherly love is for y'all. Hands down. And from this point forward, I consider all of you my brother. But like I said, I trust you, gentlemen. If I lose trust in you, I can no longer hang out with you. I can no longer talk to you, and I can no longer call you a part of be it for you being a part of my life and me being a part of yours, hands down. That's how I move, and I'm telling y'all straight up, this is how I get down. That's how I move. And if y'all can oblige by that, I appreciate it. If you can't, just tell me. We men.
Listen, I got to say this. I have even a better respect, even more respect for this panel today. Because the vulnerability that I've seen today, the realness that I've seen today, the brotherhood that we're always talking about today has been awesome. The protection has been awesome. This is what we need. This is what we need more of. Because let me tell you what, I don't like dressing like the person next to me. So some of these cats that are shopping in the same store and you end up at the club and you and your boy wearing the same damn thing, that's on you. We got to all be different. We got to keep moving the way we move. If people don't like it, they don't like it. Like I said, I know everybody ain't going to like T.O. Because first of all, I'm a facade to some people out in the TikTok world. You know, because they hear me say a certain thing or I move a certain way or I'm a certain height, then I'm in that fantasy bullshit. Excuse me again. But when you meet me in the real, I'm going to be saying the same thing that I'm saying right now because I don't want nobody ever to try to define me. Because when you do, you're going to mess up every time. Under my name, it says T.O. Woods Jr. Comedian. I got some funny stuff for you. I'm going to trick you. Don't play with me. But when we're talking about life and serious things like this is, my son listens to a lot of this when he's in class. And he says, Dad, that's the same thing that you were telling me before. Well, I'm glad that you heard it from somebody else because it's allowing them to learn. I have 3 daughters. So I understand what women are going through because I try to raise my daughters to say, listen, when they said to me, Dad, I want a man just like you. No, you don't. You don't know my trials and tribulations. You don't know what I walked through. You want a man, if you want a man to be like me, let him be like I am today. Not of who I was back in the day, because he was a dog. I wore a collar, I wore a dog collar, and I used harsh flea and tick powder for deodorant. That's how good of a dog I was. But what I'm saying to everybody in here, male or female, it's evolution. We got to continue to grow. We got to do what we got to do to be better for us, not for the Joneses. Too many people, as a matter of fact, I live in an apartment complex. The average rent here is no more than $1,000. But I see $80,000 cars up in here and folks live in 2-bedroom apartments. The math ain't math. It don't make sense. We're on substance doing things to appeal to other people, but we can't even take care of what we need to, which is self first. That's some BS. That is some BS. Your kids are riding around here looking like they just got off the refugee boat, but you all dolled up every time you get, or your fade is cleaned up all the time. You driving around in an $80,000 car and your kids look like they ain't got a bag of cookies or even, what do you call it, a Capri Sun to suck on because mom and daddy then did this. Come on now. We've got to keep growing. Conversations like this are well needed. Ladies, when you're on your platform and it's all women, trust me, we're in the room. We're going to sit back and listen because we want to learn from y'all just like y'all need to learn from us. That's where the problem is. The communication gap is so vast and wide that nobody wants to bridge it. Well, if you come in here, we're going to bridge the gap, damn it. We bridging the gap, and if you don't like it, hit the Wakanda button up in the corner. X your way out.
But you know what, though? Here's the difference between us and them. I'm going to be real. At least we when we on these platforms, we are trying to tell women what it is, to what men go through, what it is like. They go on their platforms and they sitting there bashing brothers and talking about how bad these men are, this, that, and the third. That's the problem. They're not sitting there talking about, you know, ladies, we need to set ourselves up to be with men, to be with certain type of men. This, that, they're not speaking life into other women. They're typically bashing men. We are speaking life into women to try to help y'all in the simple, from a male's perspective, so y'all can understand what we go through. Y'all some of these women open these platforms and sit there and be trying to destroy black men and be destroying brothers. Tell them, oh, he's bad. He ain't worth this, that, and the third. So what are y'all really doing? And one thing I do want to say, something that you did say earlier, and I wanted to touch on that. Pause, no Diddy. When you have some of these women, these female content creators, when they out there, listen, all they doing is sitting on camera showing all their assets and ain't got no conversation whatsoever. So what makes you think that would pique a man's interest? The fact that you just sitting there because of what you're wearing, your little outfit and all that, but your conversation is dry. So as a man, if I was to even approach a woman like that, I wouldn't even know what to say because you sitting on camera, you ain't got nothing to say. So what makes you think that you're going to pique my interest other than what? All she's doing is showing her assets. So guess what that tells me? She's an ETG. It's crazy work. Listen, our time is almost up. We'll be back here Friday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Pull up on us. 4 Horsemen is what we do. Yes, ETG, anything goes, if you don't know what ETG stands for. I mean, it's crazy work. But like I said, we'll be back again Friday morning. Tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow I'm chilling. Thursday is a chill day. 4 Horsemen will be back. And of course, we expanded the Horsemen, so it's no more than 4. We just gonna call this live, do it the hard way. Get it the hard way. Come get this work before you go to work and while you're at work. Real talk. I love my brothers. And just to let y'all know, to my moderator, whoever you see on this platform right now, these are the ones that will be on this platform. Hands down. So if you're with me, y'all hear me, gentlemen? The ones that are up on this platform right now are the ones that will be on this platform. Bottom line. At the end of the day, to my brothers, respectfully, I love y'all. I truly appreciate y'all joining me. No matter of fact, like I said, I can't stand y'all. To the ladies and gentlemen that's in the comments, respectfully, I appreciate each and every person that pulled up today. Real talk. Real talk. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for joining myself and my brothers. We try to do what we can do when we can do it. They don't like the comments, but me, I like to come into the comments and give y'all this work because that's what I do. I like to fight with y'all in the comments. So I truly appreciate everybody that pulled up. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for gifting the platform this morning. We don't, as you see, I am a host. I don't ask nobody to tap no screen. I don't tell nobody to share no live. I don't tell nobody, yo, you need to gift the. I don't do none of that. Everything that y'all do is from the kindness of your heart because you guys enjoying the conversation. So we truly appreciate that. And yes, and when we don't sit up here and we don't fight and we don't argue amongst each other, we can agree to disagree, but we do it respectfully and we do it out of love. Bottom line.
Amen. I just want to say, man, before it ends, I love all y'all brothers and much love to everybody in the comments, man. This life is not easy. I don't know if y'all saw what happened in China with that building. 125 people passed away. 200 unaccounted for. Every single day, something's happening. So if you still here, whether you believe it or not, you're a warrior. Because we all have been hit with something. Life to hit us all with something. And so if nothing else, build yourself up to be better because it's only going to get crazier. But God's got his people. The people that are doing the work will survive this and will prosper. But this life is not for the weak, man. And so, like I said, just be mindful of that when you're coming up to somebody. It shouldn't just be about what you can get, but also what you can give. Much love to y'all. Love y'all.
Much love to you. I think somebody said they want to come. I guess they got a question. Well, you know what? All right, UMC, if you got a question, you can come up, but we're trying to close out. So I just want to hear what you got to say before we slide. I'm being generous. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, brother?
What's up, family? No, I just got a question, right, for y'all, right? Look, I'm 36 or whatever, right? So, make a long story short or whatever, I had my first son when I was 19 or whatever. So he had 12 now, right? But like 10 months ago, got some 10-month-old twins from a different, you know what I'm saying, mom or whatever, right? So,
can you speak up a little louder though? Cause we can't really hear you.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Can y'all hear me now?
There we go. Come on with it.
Yeah, my fault. I had the Bluetooth in. Look, but just add to y'all, I'm 36 or whatever, right? Like, so my oldest son, he about to be 18 in March or whatever. So that was by a different mom, but I just had a set of twins or whatever with my gal now or whatever, right? So I'm trying to like just as a man, right? You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do the right thing, you know what I'm saying? So the first time, like I said, I was 19, young or whatever, mom, she cool, co-parenting wise or whatever, but the gal I'm with now, that's the one I'm actually trying to, marry, right? But just like from a man perspective, you know how you got like them sisters, like be your gal sisters who kind of, how to say it, like, kind of get a girl like a bad insight on something. So like, just as a man, you try to be respectful. So what I'm saying is this, right? Like, so say for instance, asking y'all, how do I, like, I'm trying to, a man deserves this peace in the house, right? So just his structure, how he structures his home, how he, not saying want things to go, but just the structure of the home, how things should go, you know, or whatever, right? So my gal got a sister, and a sister, she kind of just, you know, one of them type girls who ain't got no man at home or whatever, divorced or whatever. So she'll just say certain little negative things to kind of give my girl a negative insight on things. So for instance, one day, so she tell my gal, like, this just one example, right?
So
she tell her, like,
let me ask you this, just real quick, just to kind of sum this up. Let me just tell you this. First of all, keep your family out your business. Whatever goes between your four walls is between your four walls. Has nothing to do with her sister. She's a bit of B. Sorry to put it that way, but I'm not sorry. You know what they say? You know what they say? Misery loves company. She's miserable, and she's trying. Listen, first of all, don't let nobody come into your home dictating anything in your house, brother. Bottom line.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's why.
And if and here's the thing: if your girl is listening to her sister, then she's not the one for you, bro. You need to put your foot down and tell her what's going on in this house stays within this house. You won't let nobody come into your house and dictate it.
Yeah, see, look, like, and I mentioned it to her, right? You know, just in a way respectfully, but I did want to say it in a more of a disrespectful way, just, you know what I'm saying, as far as the sister. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you say, she shouldn't even just saying certain things, you know what I'm saying, and how, you know, like towards the crib or whatever.
Right. She should first of all tell that sister she should not be interjecting herself into in your home. Tell her worry about her own home. Because how would you feel? How would she feel if you went in her house putting rules up?
Right.
That's it right there. So you gotta tell her, don't come in my house with your nonsense. Keep that crap outside. If that's the case, you ain't invited in my house no more.
Right.
That's it, bro. It's just that simple.
So here's a question that I think he's asking. The question he's asking is, how do you deal with a woman whose sister is involved in a relationship? You plant that seed to your woman, tell her that it's unwarranted, and you go from there. Once you tell her, it's over and done. It's up to her to make the decision to fix it. If she doesn't fix it, Velvet just said it, then the person don't respect you, love you enough to be the one.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Because here's the thing: if you get married and it hasn't stopped, you just created another problem because they feel that they have an ownership or right.
Well, see, this the thing. This the thing. She don't even know. See, like in my head, right? I'm like, I want to go through it and marry her. She don't know or nothing. She ain't, you know, as far as she know, I ain't even
guarantee she know not. I guarantee she know not.
You know what? This how we gonna sum this up.
What I'm saying,
hold on, brother. Let me ask you a question. You want to marry this girl, right? How long you been with her?
Say that again.
How long you been with this girl?
For like a year.
Okay, you had kids with this woman?
Yeah, I just had some twins.
Okay, so now here's the thing. Here's the thing. You did it backwards. If you wanted to marry her, you shouldn't have had kids first. Straight up, I'm gonna be real with you. I gotta be me. At the end of the day, you know within the first 6 months if you wanted to marry this woman, but you had kids first, and now you got yourself in a pickle because guess what? Now she inserted her family. You allowed her family to step in. Had you already married and set these ground rules from the beginning, none of this would have never have happened, brother. Sometimes we as men, we got to be careful. If we know, if I want to marry, if I'm going to marry a woman, I'm going to marry her. Bottom line, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be like, well, I want to marry her, but because everything behind but is BS.
Yeah, but see, this what I'm. Yeah, I get what you're saying, right? And I'm like, I appreciate it or whatever. So I'm asking, like, how to say it, like this was the structure. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her, like, you know, there's certain things what I expected or whatever. Even like the 6-month rule or whatever, right? You know, you go know off back. You know, I feel like for any man, you go know if you know that's the one or something, right? But the thing was like, now that the sister come around more, so now it's like I even mentioned it, just how you said, like just on a peaceful manner. Like I told her, like, man, hold on, like you shouldn't even be dictating nothing to go on in the crib. Like they ain't even for you to say nothing like that. Like why would you say that?
Because
see y'all example. So she tell her, right, like my gal cool, you know, whatever, like you know, whatever. So she tell her something like in the kitchen, like, man, you need to embrace your. What she say, like you need to embrace your body more or something. So I'm looking at it like in my head, like, you know, my gal dressed like, you know, modest or whatever, you know, this and that. but so it was what she said, you know, when I heard it. So when I heard it, I reacted, you know, of course, I said, man, why would you tell her something, you know, whatever, like that or something? Then she was like, no, I'm just saying something. I said, man, no, first off, like, don't even mention nothing or say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I probably said, you know, something a little wrong, you know, not wrong, but a little disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? Just basically told her, like, in other words, like, you divorced. You heard me?
Here's the thing, because I got to sum this up real quick. I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you this real quick, and then I got to let you go, brother. Her sister wants her position, hands down. She sees what she got, and she wants what she got. That's why she's telling her exactly what it is. Bottom line. And as a man, if you can't see that, then guess what, brother? That you kind of blind, or you might have to find that sister a little bit attractive more than you find your girl. Not saying that's what you do. Not putting words on you. I'm not putting that on you. But at the end of the day, her sister wants her spot. Bottom line. But look, we gotta let you go. I appreciate you coming up, my brother.
I love you. I appreciate it. All right.
All right, my brother. Sometimes we gotta say it for what it truly is. Sometimes women sisters invade in your marriages and in your relationship. You know why? Because they want that spot. They see how good that you living as a woman, and they don't like that you living like that because you living better than them. So now they want to come and interject into your relationship and mess up your relationship with your man. And then guess what? Now she's with your man. Anyway, gentlemen, let's wrap this up because I got to slide. So to all the people, like I said, thank you for coming into my brothers. I love y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. I would like for each and every one of you brothers to give a closing statement, not too long, not too short, but just right for the people. Anybody can go first.
Well, since I'm at the bottom, let me go ahead and close this out. Relationship-wise, everybody can give good advice in a relationship. But if you're the one that's involved in a relationship, ultimately it's your decision on whether you stay or you go. Love yourself. Again, first, love yourself. Evaluate you. That way you're not compromised, the way we were talking about earlier. Nobody should have to suppress a conversation that they need to have with somebody to make that other person feel better. Everybody in the house should feel better. A happy wife is not a happy life. A happy relationship is a happy relationship. Simple as that. Again, it's 100-100. It's not 50-50 anymore. Because somebody said it best. Sometimes it's going to be 90-10 because somebody fell off. And the other person is going to have to hold them up regardless. That's where the support comes in. So 100-100. I love being here with the guys. I love talking with the ladies that come in here. I love the understanding. We agree to disagree. And I just got to say it. I'm landing my plane this way, and we'll see y'all on another day.
My brother, love you, and I appreciate you. Thank you. First of all, T.O., you already know. I ain't got to say nothing more. I ain't got to say no more, but you already know. Bottom line. Come on, brother Liddy. Light him up.
First and foremost, I really appreciate you, gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, for protecting, you know what I'm saying, me on this platform today. You know what I mean? This solidified for me the brotherhood without knowing me, you know what I'm saying? And I really, really appreciate y'all 100%, you know what I mean, for allowing me to be on this platform. I learn a lot every time I come on this platform by listening. That's why sometimes y'all don't really hear me speak because I'm a student. Like, I'm trying to soak this up. You know what I mean? I learned a lot from T.O. today. Yo, T.O. speak with confidence, and I think that's what I gotta learn how to do that too. I think I was in captivity in my mind for so long that I didn't learn how to express myself the way other people do with education. I think I've been out there for so long, you understand, that I've been living in a box and out of circle, you know, or out of my, you know, circumference, you feel me? So me being here as a man, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate other men like y'all, you know what I mean, that I can look up to and, you know, stand beside. And I appreciate Daddy Ford too, man. You know, he kind of remind me of my, you know, this dude that I called my pops. I loved him to death. He passed away 2 years ago as well. And I really appreciate you guys' knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Because without that, we lost at the end of the day. All right, I land my plane. Love y'all.
Love you too, my brother. D Ford. BX in the building all day, every day.
BX all day, every day. You already know, baby.
Always a beautiful live. I gotta get my choke on you a little bit longer, baby. I held you as long as I could. I already saw it brewing, you know what I'm saying? But regardless of what, it's all love. Let alone love that you get from the brothers, man, because brotherly love is something different, man. It's something different. But being able to come out on the platform and speak my truth and be able to express myself without borders was important. It's an emotional time for me. And to be able to do it, and then, also the sisters and the brothers in the chats to give me the encouragement that I needed. When you're running low on your energy, you need your brothers and your sisters to boost you back up. And that's exactly what happened. And I really appreciated it. And always, again, a good live. Nobody's going to ever agree 100%. No husband and wife is going to do that. No brother's going to do that. No brother and sister's going to do that. But nonetheless, we could agree to disagree, but we're going to always love each other. We're going to respect each other. And that's the foundational stance on any real relationship. Respect and love. I'll let my plane there, brother.
Love is love. You already know. But just to let you know before I drop you out, and I gotta do this real quick. The Jets suck. He ain't getting that. That's how you pack them up real quick. You want to talk about my Browns? You must have bumped your head. Anyway, I still love you, my brother. Come on, my brother Ford. Let's get it.
Yeah, I don't got too much, man. I think number one, I'll hold that to the second part. We right where we're at right now as a result is a direct reflection of all the choices that we have made. And we make choices based on what we've dealt with or haven't dealt with within ourselves. So I just encourage everybody to keep working on themselves, keep trying to understand who they are and be in alignment with their purpose, so you can start running into the things and the people and the situations that are meant for you. A lot of passion here today. It was, and that's why, people kind of ran a little bit long. I just encourage everybody, especially when we have a bunch of people talking, be brief, be bright, be gone, and let the other folks get their stuff off. Y'all have a good one.
You already know, brother. We're going to talk on the back. And as we always do, I love you, my brother, for real, man. I appreciate you always, man. Real talk. Real talk. If y'all don't know me and Ford's story, we started on a whole nother side of this app. But because of the air light, it brought us together. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just can't keep good, like when brothers connect, they just connect, and it's genuine connection. Real talk. So I appreciate you, and I love you, my brother, for real.
Love you too, brother.
Okay. The only reason why I left my brother 7-5 because 7-5 was the first one to pull up, so you the last one to leave. Let's get it, my brother.
Listen, man, my fault, brother. My apologies, man, for the times I did miss the lives, man. And again, I appreciate all the prayers that everybody's giving for my loved one. Her name is Rasha. This is my brother-in-law's lady, man. She's in ICU right now. So at the same time, I'll be praying for you, brother D Ford. I'll be praying nonstop for her as well. I'm praying for all of y'all, man. I love all of y'all. And just to end it on the topic, not to drag it out, man, I do believe we got to build ourselves. I believe the wife, she's got to be a wife before she meet her husband. This is just my opinion. I believe there's certain things that we have to unlock within ourselves before we can unlock it within each other. And I do believe that at the end of the day, it's this beautiful as this life is, it's still a war, and you want to make sure that you are building yourself up every day to survive this. If you're still here, it's not by coincidence. It ain't no accident. So if you're still here, I think we should always be mindful of what we can do on our end to just help carry not just ourselves, but the ones that are in our life. If you live for yourself, you live once. You live for others, you will always live again. You'll live through those people.
Amen to that. Dang, bro. I said give a thing. I ain't coming to you. You got to try to out. I love you, man. You know I'm just teasing, man, for real. That's why I'm telling you, man. I say this, that I truly believe that God has surrounded me with the right men, hands down. I wouldn't take nothing less from you, gentlemen. He surrounded me with the right brothers. And respectfully, I love y'all. And Unc, I know you're not here, but I know you're here in spirit. So we already know that Uncle Angelo is in the building. You know we still love you, and I wish you would say to give your closing. But I already know where you at. So we already know that you're here in spirit. So you are missed and you are loved always.
Always.
All right, my brother. Let me get my closing so I can slide.
Bless one.
Same to you. Oh, what a day. First of all, powerful live, man. Powerful live. Shout out to all the brothers that pulled up today. Shout out to all my brothers that pulled up. You know, to go back to what I was really talking about, we can't teach a woman how to love us. We can't teach a woman how to be a wife. That is not our job. Our job is to marry the woman that fits us, the woman that we need. Because the woman that we need in our life is the woman that already knows how to be a wife to us. That's the beauty of it. When a man finds the right woman, when he marries a woman, because he's getting exactly what he needs. But like we said before, if he's not going through the Father, he's not getting what he needs. If he's not going through the Father, he's only getting what he wants. And your needs should always outweigh your wants. But when you go through Christ, when you go through God and you put him first, he's going to give you exactly what he's going to give you, the perfect woman that is perfect for you, exactly what you need in your life as a man. Point blank, period. I know that because I'm living proof of that. He gave me the woman that I needed, not the woman that I wanted, because the ones that I wanted, obviously, they're not here no more. But the one that I need is the one that's with me right now. So with that being said, that is my closing. Just take heed, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, position yourself. Position yourself for this right man to find you. For him to find you and for you not to be seen by others, because your husband is the only man that can see you. Bottom line. We'll be back again. I'm not saying me. I said we. We'll be back again Friday morning, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Same brothers, different topic. Y'all know what it is. This your boy Velvet Jones, and as I always do, may the love of the Lord be with us all until we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. Listen, enjoy your Wednesday on purpose. Take some time out. Let what happened today reflect. And guess what? We'll be back Friday morning again. Come join us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Anyway, listen, gotta go. You guys enjoy the rest of your day on purpose. Shout out. I ain't finished. Dag, gone. Y'all always do that. Shout out to my wife, Rain, that was in the comment queen. Shout out to my sister, Lotus, a.k.a. Pack 'em Up Low, in the building. My moderator, my sister, and I am a person who doesn't have 800 moderators. I only have one. I really have two. My wife, but she's always in the comments. And my sister Lolo, in case y'all ain't know, so a.k.a. Lotus Pack 'em Up. So when you hear me be like, yo, Lo, y'all know somebody about to get packed up. That's the back call. Hey, yo, Lo. And they get packed up instantly. But shout out to them, hands down. They are the CEOs and the CEOs of this live. Like I always tell people, I'm just the face and the voice. They run the show. Shout out to the horsemen. Hands down, love y'all brothers. Shout out to the new horsemen that pulled up. Always a pleasure having my brothers around. Real talk. We're gonna continue this ride, because guess what? We're gonna ride this sucker to the sunset. Real talk. Brother Velvet got a slide. Because like my wife said, I don't want to be late for work, even though I'm not going to be late. I'm too cool for school. Peace and blessings, y'all. Enjoy your Wednesday on purpose. Hopefully I'll see you guys Friday morning, God willing, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Peace.